2-year-olds here have a chance to run for the most money they've ever run at here at the Magic Millions. Hi, Richo, and hi, Hercules. Highness Wolfgang Vianara.
A group of...
Either of two ways with Storm Boy, and at the moment it's getting out a little bit in price. There's still the majority of money going that direction. Highness has been popular. Arabian Summer, much the same could be said. Punters not entirely sure. And
of all, it's Mashani Ego in front, a neck clear from Storm Boy inside the 600. A length and a half away, Arabian Summer. Highness has had a gun run in transit. Erno's Cube sliding forward, then followed by Wolfgang Spywire. Next, Mashani Aloha, Poster Girl, Jenny's Meadow, a long way back, Spirited Territory, Ash Mashani Ego, topping the straight. Storm Boy struck the front. Arabian Summer into the clear. Likewise, Highness getting through in the middle. Erno's Cube and Spywire out wider. It's Storm Boy in front, 100 metres left to run. Highness can't bridge back the margin. Then Spywire, but it's all Storm Boy, and Storm Boy is too good for them in the 2-year-old. Storm Boy by 3. Second, Highness. Photo third. Spywire or Erno's Cube. Arabian...
Ever taking that horse to that place that day, aren't you? So the Queen of Australian Racing, World Racing, wins a 5th. Adrian gets his first. Hip Classic, Justify Sires won. Do you know what, Lizzie? We've seen one of the best winners ever of a Magic Millions Classic.
Could not agree with you more. That was absolutely breathtaking. He had every... This horse was just way too good. His turn of speed over the concluding stages was absolutely breathtaking. And I tell you what, this horse...
First run in March 1988. Moved back into the January time slot since 2002, became a group.
To get out to a mile, but he certainly looks like a sprinter, and when you watch him wander around the yard, he's a ball of muscle.
Good spread of money, actually, the top 3 coming in late from Sportsbet Betters, and we're looking at recommendation. She tightens up again to 3.
600. Snapper just in front of recommendation. Struck by continues to pour it on 3 wide. A length and a half to V8, who's nice and close, and they were followed by Zathou, Southport Tycoon, Curran and Crosshaven. Recommendation took the front before the corner at the 300 metres, kicked for home. 2 lengths in front of Struck by V8, Zathous and Southport Tycoon to the outside. Recommendation, 150 metres to go. 2 lengths in front of V8, Southport Tycoon. Recommendation folding up. V8 is gobbling it up. V8 in the middle, lifts and wins. V8 first from Southport Tycoon. Recommendation, Crosshaven. Then Curran next in the field.
It's going to look like from here. Plenty to take out of this year's edition of the Australia Stakes. They've run 109.64.
Coleman, a length away, Evaporate third on the inside at the 600 metres, a little bit erratic, and then came Scampy and a length and 3/4. Anisa coming up to the turn. Counter offensive, stole 2 lengths coming up towards the 450. Coleman second, then came Evaporate, Scampy and Anisa with a bit to do. Counter offensive, the first to straighten. 300 metres to go. 2.5 lengths in front of Coleman, given its head now, and they were followed next by Scampy and Anisa. Counter offensive with Coleman coming at it hard. Coleman lets down, races away, Anisa late, but it's all Coleman, and Coleman far too impressive. 2.5 lengths Anisa. Counter offensive third, and then came Evaporate and Scampy last.
Ben Melham joins Craig.
Very good colt, really, I think. Still putting it all together, but he's going to be scary when he does.
I imagine you would.
Racing in the last, and Jimmy Star was a little bit flat-footed, was the last to leave with Japanese Emperor. Imperial Lad fired out as it usually does from Elkington Road, and Who Dares is right there. Elkington Road, 3/4 Forbidden City. Jimmy Star still 6 off the lead from Brun King, Ton of Grit Conqueror, and last of all Japanese Emperor. Imperial Lad runs the corner at the 425, tried to kick away from Who Dares. Elkington Road, now Jimmy Star has been brought to the middle of the track. Shin hasn't pushed the button yet. He's like a statue at the 250, and Jimmy Star slid up to Who Dares, who's full bore. Now he goes for Jimmy Star. 1 slap, 2 slaps, it's 2 in front of Who Dares, and Jimmy Star's going to power away. This is a nice horse. Jimmy Star won it well from Who Dares and Forbidden City. 4th a photo, Imperial Lad.
A horse to follow and clearly heading for stakes races. How quickly will be the question we'll pose to Kieran Maher in a moment.
$15 with Sportsbet. Now here's the feature of the CF4. It's all about Mr. Brightside. Over 60% of turnover is with the champ to resume. He loves this track and trip. He's figured...
I've been really torn in my decision regarding this parade. I've gone with V8 on top, and that...
mile here. And $1.75 now, so a truckload of money for Mr. Brightside and Craig Williams. Interesting battle attack.
They are ready and they're racing, and Mr. Brightside Dwelt was the second last out. A tissue goes back to the end. V8 jumped well with Pride of Jenny. Buffalo River keeps Pride of Jenny the front runner. 800 metres to go by a length and a quarter. In second, Buffalo River. Ayrton is third. It's been a strong tempo. A length and a half to V8. 6 off the front, tracked by Mr. Brightside. 2 lengths off the 3-year-old. A length and a half, Pericles, and then came Bustler Munamek, and a tissue's a long way off the leader. Pride of Jenny, 500 to go. A length, Buffalo River. 2.5, Ayrton, followed by V8. Next in the field, Mr. Brightside with 6 lengths to pick up, and back behind them, Pericles. Pride of Jenny joined by Buffalo River. 250 metres to go. It's last man standing. 2 lengths to Ayrton, V8, and Mr. Brightside is coming on now. Buffalo River at the 150. Pride of Jenny won't give in, and now Mr. Brightside is sprouting wings. Here he comes, Mr. Brightside over the top. He got up, Mr. Brightside. I think Mr. B's back in town. Beat Pride of Jenny and also Buffalo River. There you go. It's last man standing. 2 lengths to Ayrton, V8, and Mr. Brightside is coming on now. Buffalo River at the 150. Pride of Jenny won't give in, and now Mr. Brightside is sprouting wings. Here he comes, Mr. Brightside over the top. He got up, Mr. Brightside. I think Mr. B's back in town. Beat Pride of Jenny and also Buffalo River. Then V8, Ayrton, Pericles lasts.
A great horse wins a great horses race. The 100th edition of the CF4 Stakes. It'll send shivers down your spine. 185 the numbers across the line, and Mr. Brightside is able to reel in the leaders in Pride of Jenny and Buffalo River, who also look like all stakes winners for stages for much of the Caulfield straight. But there's no denying Mr. Brightside. He won the Memsie here in the spring. That after winning a PB.
Mr. Brightside heard Matt Hill say across the course, PA, it's last man standing, and he just said, well, that's my jam. He put the mouthguard in and got to work in the last 300 metres. We spoke a lot harder for Brightside, but yeah, fantastic win. In terms of Pride of Jenny, she was fantastic. I think it was very efficiently rated. I mean, 99.5%, so she's nearly gone exactly the type of pace that you want to over that distance, so she was a
And he'll improve, and he'll...
To think. Fangirl at $2.15, Militarize at $6, Think It Over $7.50. So just in terms of money, Fangirl...
It's the lineup for the Petaluma Apollo Stakes. Think It Over. About 8 off the front runner. So Bolus has a tractable, free striding in the lead, out by a length and a half to Think It Over, followed by Navajo Peak. Then Lindemann in 4th position. Arapaho the Rouse. Now Militarizers starting to take closer order. Moving up with a trail, and Fangirl is hooking deep with that cover as they straighten up. Attractable swings in front from Think It Over, a half length away. Then came Navajo Peak. Fangirl is starting to rattle down the outside of the track, and in a stride, James McDonald let the mare go, and Fangirl quickly put 3 lengths on them. Think It Over second, and then came Militarized, but Fangirl, what a beauty, what a return to racing. Fangirl trounces them. Militarized second, Think It Over third. Good go for Attractable swings in front from Think It Over, a half length away. Then came Navajo Peak. Fangirl is starting to rattle down the outside of the track, and in a stride, James McDonald let the mare go, and Fangirl quickly put 3 lengths on them. Think It Over second, and then came Militarized, but Fangirl, what a beauty, what a return to racing. Fangirl trounces them. Militarized second, Think It Over third. Good go for 4th position, Lindemann Navajo.
She just cruised up to them and cruised past.
Yeah, class prevails. She was just simply too good for them today, defied the way the race was run. Look at the way that James McDonald is riding her. I almost looked back at James at the top of the straight and I said, he knows exactly what he's got underneath him. He's got a lap full of horse. That's her easiest performance. I would have to say this is the best she has returned. She's clearly...
6-time James McDonald for the 3rd.
She just did it under her own steam, didn't she?
He literally hasn't moved on her. She's cantered past them. I mean, that's a frightening performance, really.
Holdings, and the King is back. King Colorado. His sectional times were slashing last start. He flew home. Oh, they're coming for. He flew home. Oh, they're coming for here from the Price Kent Junior team. I know. Ben Mel.
Riff Rocket Tannhauser. King Colorado well back with Etu Brute and Cap Ferrar. Hey Fat Cat at the 450 with Ambassadorial. Amur on the outside. Flying Valley stoked up behind them. And then came Run Harry Run down the centre of the track from Amigo. Where are the swoopers? Verdad's trying to get into the clear. Riff Rocket's very wide. Hey Fat Cat still had a bit to offer. 200 metres to go. 2 lengths. Here's Riff Rocket and King Colorado now over the top. Riff Rocket took the front at the 100 from King Colorado. Terrific return. Riff Rocket won it by a length. Second, King Colorado. A photo for third between Otago and Verdad. They were followed by Hayfonts.
And as mentioned, we'd only seen Extra Brute and Elstrom come off winning a Victoria Derby and make their seasonal return in a CS Hayes in the last 20 years. Though both horses of quality indeed. Riff
at trips 14 and above.
Yeah, I said pre-race, I'm not, maybe he won the Derby on class. Maybe I don't know what his best trip is, but I'll say this was one of the wins of the day on a sectional basis.
Get to the weight for age. Let's go, Imperatriz. She's back at Flemington. She's a 4-time winner here.
Record is something to behold. 17 from 23, to mention some more stats, but, that last preparation, she showed that she's the real deal.
Market, but she paraded the way I hoped she would, and I know
our first cross into $1.60. It's an old-fashioned crack, this on a Saturday, folks.
And Rich Fortune in a huddle. They're off the rails at the 600 metres. It's Imperatriz and Private Eye. Then came I Am Unstoppable, a length off those from Bella Nipotina, the Astrologist deeper. Cylinders all coiled up, and they were followed by Espiona and Rich Fortune. It's going to be a blast home at the 350. It's Imperatriz and Private Eye together. Then I Am Unstoppable. Cylinder behind them from Bella Nipotina. Private Eye, Imperatriz, toe-to-toe at the 150, but Imperatriz knuckles down, gets a neck in front of Private Eye, coming again. Imperatriz, the star wins. Imperatriz has won it. From Private Eye, Espiona, what a run, and then Bella Nipotina, followed by Rich Fortune, Cylinder, I Am Unstoppable, and the Astrologist.
Another magnificent edition of the Black Caviar Lightning Stakes, and it's champions only. And I think we can start badging her in that category if there was still any doubt.
They went slow early. In fact, I think it was the slowest Lightning in 30 years.
25 years. Yeah.
25 years. OK, so, and that speed, Private Eye and Imperatriz tactically ridden brilliantly, and Imperatriz was just too good. So, again...
It's not that hard early. Then came the Astrologist, Espiona, and...
There there couldn't be margins over them, but 32.5 seconds they've run home their last 600, and they were flying late, but it did suit those at the head of the market for sure.
So Tom has been hammered 5 times more than the next best backed runner in the race, and in excess of 50%, $3 mark.
Now for the Hobartville Stakes at Group 2 level. They're followed by Fukabana at Endcap on the improved, the outside. Just behind them, Celestial Legend tracks up into 5th. Further out, Chaya Wolf is off the track. Rafa Tack making a mid-race move. Ducasse has got shuffled back from the good spot with Flying Trapeze. There's a bit happening here. Tom Kitten getting shuffled back as Cafe Millennium starts a run. He-Man is now last of all. Levon Pier from Gambare coming around the turn. Endcap in striking distance. Then came Rafa Tack deeper out. Fukabana back on the rails from Celestial Legend. Wide out Cafe Millennium. Tom Kitten, the favourite's got it all to do at the 250. Levon Pier in front from Endcap is chipping away the outside. Celestial Legend's out now, and here he comes. Celestial Legend moved up, took the lead in the Hobartville Stakes, and he's starting to draw away. It's been a long time between drinks for Les Bridge, but that's his second Hobartville, beating Endcap, and Levon Pier third, followed by Fukabana. Then came Millennium, and that was shades of Classique Legend there. Celestial Legend winning the Group 2.
Good call, Darren. Yes, and Lizzie alluding to the fact that Les Bridge won this race 40 years ago with Sir Dapper. 40 years ago between wins.
Well supported, but it's Campionessa who looks to run this one favourite after opening second elect in the market. Gold Trip just still sitting around $2.90, well supported into $2.80.
Up from Unusual Culture. Vow and Declare stoked up a length and a quarter away third. Can it stick? Campionessa needs to edge off the fence at some point. They were followed by Foxy Cleopatra. Gold Trip still second last. El Soliado under the whip, joined and headed by Unusual Culture at the 300. Campionessa's getting through. Then Vow and Declare, Foxy Cleopatra and Gold Trip starting to launch. Unusual Culture at the 200. Campionessa trying to pick it up from Vow and Declare and Gold Trip late. Campionessa, 100 to go. Vow and Declare sticking with her. Vow and Declare and Campionessa. It's a head bobber. Campionessa, Vow and Declare photo. Gold Trip, Unusual Culture behind them from El Soliado. She will. Campionessa has scraped in. What?
The mares of Oz and the Tiakau Juggernaut continues to roll, but only just. What an effort from the old boy Vow and Declare first up to start another racing preparation.
And it is absolutely no surprise that Mr. Brightside is the best backed runner of the afternoon, but again, penciled into a lot of multis across the country, getting very, very short in the market here. $1.45 now. Got his way price there. Buffalo River, will he make it out of the bungalow up to the front to spoil the party, according to Nigel Carmody? Hopefully for the punters.
Set for the futurity. First on the railway side, 800 metres to go. It's Buffalo River, 3 or 4 lengths in front from Attrition and Dom to Shoot. So Buffalo River, the old boy, is going to try and steal this. 5 lengths, Dom to Shoot, Attrition. 2.5 lengths, Mr. Brightside on the outside of Pericles at the 550. 2.5 to Nugget. Then came Hey Fat Cat. And last of all is Munamek. Buffalo River approaches the corner at the 400 metres. Still 4 lengths in front of Dom to Shoot. Then came Mr. Brightside. Back behind those Attrition, and then Pericles to the outer. Buffalo River as they reach the 250 starting to paddle. Mr. Brightside is eating up the ground now, and Mr. Brightside goes to Buffalo River. Pericles a length and a half off Mr. Brightside, but it's Mr. Brightside clear, and he's going to rack up another one. Mr. Brightside one from Pericles. Buffalo River, Dom to Shoot. Then Hey Fat Cat. Slicing through the line was Munamek towards the
obstacle thrown at him in a race. Not the expected leader, a change in the shape of the race, or one that will just try and run away from them, be 6 to 8 lengths clear. It doesn't matter what complexion it looks like. Mr. Brightside keeps turning up time and time again. And as we mentioned pre-race, Lindsay Park on many an occasion throughout. He's 6th Group 1, a perfect record here at the Caulfield 1400. He becomes the first horse.
Group 1 win yesterday, 1,400 metres, Caulfield. He's made it his own, Hutch.
He's just too good.
For running second, can anything out of this race turn the tables on Mr. Brightside in an All-Star Mile?
No. Pride of Jenny, maybe. Pride of Jenny was great, and...
So no major shake-up here and a pretty fair race all the way through. $4.40 into $3.10 there for Coleman, and your best back by a reasonable margin considering the price difference. Lady of Camelot sitting at $4.20 coming in.
Star Witness. Jane, one of the most enjoyable mounting yards.
That I think you've just built beautifully to a race like this. 8 goes on top, high octane.
Still easily the best back runner in this race. The ones that Jane mentioned right there, High Octane, has been getting some good support as well. Into $7 now. Good support as well. Into $7 now. Hayasugi 14 there. High Octane 650 out to 4.
High Octane, and next in the field on the inside is Dublin down onto the course proper. Coleman's in that group of horses, followed by Matisse picking off a couple. A length and a half away, Hayasugi in her rise, followed by Flyer, Zesty Man, Fearless, well back Traffic Warden. Ruta Royale is last. Spywire at the 600, 3/4 Lady of Camelot. A length Stay Focused, Korianagi, then Anisa. Next is High Octane getting closer, 3 or 4 off the lead from Matisse, Dublin down Coleman. Then came Hayasugi, Flyer, Zesty Man, Fearless, Traffic Warden. Lady of Camelot now, knuckles down, goes to the front, puts up a length 2 in second place. Spywire, Stay Focused, Anisa. Then Korianagi. High Octane is next, can't pick up. It's Lady of Camelot at the 200 metres in front, getting a little bit weary. Korianagi, Stay Focused, and Hayasugi, the filly, is flying home. Lady of Camelot, Hayasugi's got her! Hayasugi's won it. Hayasugi from Lady of Camelot, Korianagi. Photo for 4. We've got Traffic Warden up there with also Anisa and Stay Focused behind the Matisse.
History for Clinton McDonald, Jamie Carr, and Hayasugi, who becomes just the second filly in the history of the Blue Diamond to run the table, win the preview, win the prelude, win the big one. Midnight Fever did it in 1987, and 2 years later, what is a filly's top four in the Blue Diamond Stakes. Clint Hutchison, well done. Hayasugi, the Blue Diamond Stakes. Clint Hutchison, well done. Hayasugi on top, what a find. Jamie Carr's won the...
Coming in today, thinking she was 20 to 1. I just thought the last win was fantastic for a 2-year-old to be able to do that. She had no favours, and again today, Blue Diamond Golden Slipper, and, you know, we're lucky enough now to have a live chance, and I think the Golden Slipper will really suit this filly, and, you know, just the way that she attacks the line, you know, for a young 2-year-old, her tenacity is second to none.
What difference does this?
Saw that run and won yesterday. Many thought it was probably the deepest and one of the more open Blue Diamonds of the last decade. And ultimately, Hutch, it was a...
3 generations in the Blue Diamond, and it's a pretty young race, the Blue Diamond, so it's been a family affair, and I thought that was just superb what she did yesterday. She was 4 and 5 wide on the final turn. They've run, what, 34 and 5 or something in the last 600. She's had to go probably 33-8 or something in the last, 600 metres up the middle of the track, which was against the grain of the day. That was the performance of the day by far.
Big win. And, you know, the runner-up, Amy, was very good, and later Camelot, she went... I didn't see Spywire leading so fast, and she absorbed some pressure and still looked a bit new. But you...
15, now at $1.18, which doesn't sound like a huge difference, and I'm sure for plenty of punters who find that too short, that is the case. So to those punters, I say we actually...
A half the inside to Parkour. 5.50 to go, and Storm Boy, who's the raging favourite for the slipper, $1.18 here in the Skyline as they turn for home, and he comes well off the fence now, and Storm Boy still under a good grip. Giovanna scrubbed up the inside, Prost revved up coming down the outside. He gives the favourite some rain now, Storm Boy. He's 2 lengths clear inside the 150 from Prost and Giovanna. They're fighting out the minors, but you can see what all the fuss is about. The multi-million-dollar colt Storm Boy wins at a cakewalk. Prost best of the rest second, Giovanna third, then Parkour. Further back to
Relief for Adrian, relief for Gay. Prost was good, Giovanna a good, Kiora started going to be happy, Lizzie, but a big tick to a big horse, isn't he? Horse, isn't he?
We needed to see him do it today, and he's ticked that box. He now remains unbeaten. I will have to say it, they gave it to him.
Very Elegant Stakes in honour of the 11-time Group 1 winning mare, who won the race twice.
She's brave, she lifts, and she wins her second Chipping Norton.
This one, Aussie Tom's
talking $1.30 now about Fangirl. So for those thinking at home, right, $1.30, what's the probability of winning? Well, according to the traders, that has the implied probability about 76 and a bit %. So...
Then came Arapaho from Cascadian, and Fangirl up on the outsides last of all. 800 metres to go. Just Fine looking to protect his unbeaten record at the track. Leads by 2 lengths on Lindemann. A gap to Navajo Peak. Think It Over quietly ridden the rails. Further back to Arapaho from Athabascan. McDonald sitting pretty quiet on Fangirl, second last on the outside of Cascadian. 500 to go now. Just Fine's coming well off the fence. Lindemann goes with him. Nash is staying towards the inside of Think It Over, and he's pinched ground pretty quickly, and Think It Over dashes to the front of the 300 from Lindemann, and now Fangirl is starting to cut loose, wide out 3 off the lead. It's Think It Over, a length to Lindemann. Fangirl is closing in. It's Think It Over, a length and a half to Fangirl. Think It Over is kicking hard. Think It Over wants it. Fangirl can't get there, and the king of Kembla, Think It Over, was able to beat Fangirl about a length on the wire. Then came Lindemann from Cascadian. Further back.
When you think about this horse and the injury, a big injury. He won a Liverpool City Cup on this day 3 years ago. He's now gets his 3rd Group 1, and Nash has done it again. He's such a clever rider. James rode confidently, rode like he was on the best horse. She looked to have a chance late, but he's held her off.
Yeah, I mean, the key was, as you said, that point on the turn, he cut the corner, then got to the part of the track he wanted. I don't know, punters on the floor with Fangirl, but as soon as there was a bit of rain about, the track was a bit shifty, guys. I know it's easy afterwards, but, you know, if she's going to come undone, it's something along those lines.
It's been a rich decade. The 39th running of the Howden Australian Guineas. Jane Ivel, your pick.
Turned into a massive liability for Sportsbet here. We're more than happy to keep that price around the $2.40 price tag, out to $2.45 now, but we continue to take bucket loads of cash on the favourite here. V8, $7 into $5.50.
Southport Tycoon at the 800 metres between horses. Cap Ferrar, Nico and Riff Rocket bailed away on the fence from Quintessa. A length and a quarter, Apulia, King Colorado run around the turn at the 500 metres, led by about 3/4 of a length to Hey Fat Cat. V8 now is tanking up on the outside from Verdad, Southport Tycoon, Cap Ferrar. They were followed by Snow Patrol, and behind them Riff Rocket. So the front runner now, V8, claims Hey Fat Cat, but Southport Tycoon looks the danger. V8 about a neck in front. Southport Tycoon moves up boldly. Southport Tycoon takes the lead, draws a neck, draws 3/4 of a length in front and won the Australian Guineas. Southport Tycoon a length and a quarter, V8, Riff Rocket third, Quintessa 4. They were followed by Verdad. Next to Harry Run, well back Sunsets, the Pendragon knocked up, and Fiesta has finished last of all.
They're shouting all over the course. Nathan Bennett in the middle of hugs, emotional scenes. Comes the first since Heart of Dreams 15 years ago to come through the Autumn Stakes and win the 3-year-old feature in the Autumn. Second in the Australia Stakes when rushing at V8 late.
Horse. And I was very confident coming down the straight, watching it. And couldn't wait to talk to you two guys again, actually.
We love chatting to you. And then you were chatting to Nathan.
Fought water on what was a good race and a great story, but there is a huge query over the strength of these 3-year-olds in general. So they seem to take turns, and when they... So Southport Tycoon and a few, maybe a couple of them will head towards an All-Star Mile. I'll have to be against them, against the older horses.
One on the day. I think Riff Rocket's pretty handy, and the second up maybe just so brilliant over 1400 fresh up, and maybe looking for further. Maybe it was the pattern yesterday.
Flying the flag over here in Australia, $8.50 out to $11. Just as Sharp, $15. Moss Invader, $16, and then...
We're ready. The $1 million Trackside New Zealand Derby. The 2020 as they come towards the home turn, and then came Monday Melody, and last of all a City Gold Ready. The fireworks about to happen in the Trackside New Zealand Derby as they come towards the home turn, and the leader High Country, Orchestral, she's the widest of all here. She's starting to close now, and behind them then as they head for home have got into length, but Orchestral, she's bounded up to them. Ellerslie erupts and she takes the lead. Orchestral, 2 clear from Ascend the Throne. Antrim Coast going a cheeky race. Further back then is Just as Sharp as they go to the 100 metres. It's the side we all envisage. It is going to be Orchestral, an Orchestral masterpiece in the Derby. Second over as they went across. What a run, Antrim Coast, and then came Ascend the Throne from Just as Sharp into length. Further back in the field we had.
Stunning. What a filly we have just seen, Richo. So the first filly to win the Derby in a decade, basically, and she's absolutely brained them. So off to Sydney for the Vinery. I bet you J-Max...
Measuring stick on her talents, and who knows what she might be capable of in our spring.
I know, Ben, you haven't been a fan of the 3-year-olds. This might be the one that needs to stand up. There's always one or two, and she might be the one.
Yeah, well, we've seen the Kiwi fillies do such a good job in the Sydney Autumn year after year, haven't we? We saw a good one. New Zealand You're across the New Zealand ratings and times. Yeah. How does she measure up for some of the good ones?
Very highly. So, yeah, she's special. No doubt about it.
Suit your horses. Here we go. This is the feature. It's all about the mare. 9-time Group 1 winner Imperatriz, and she's here to play. Don't worry about that, folks. We opened up at $2.35, and she's rock solid on race day. $2.
Preparation brilliantly. He's got such a good attitude. He's not out of it. Buenos Noches has faith.
$2.50 out to $2.80 now. Imperatriz sneaking out to that $3 there, punters, for the favourite. But clearly, Dom.
Course proper in the Newmarket. 600 metres to go. Ruthless Dame almost joined by Imperatriz now, followed by Skew If, the astrologist down the outside with Magic Time. Further back, Ballanipatina, Buenos Noches, followed by Benedetta and Cylinder. Imperatriz hits the front at the 300 metres with Magic Time, the astrologist, and Cylinder right down the outskirts. And further back in the field, Ruthless Dame under pressure. Imperatriz at the clock tower, Magic Time, Cylinder the outside. Imperatriz really has to find Cylinder going with her. Cylinder over the top. Cylinder's won the Newmarket by a length. Imperatriz second, Photo third, Benedetta the astrologist, and then Ballanipatina. Further back, Magic Time, Sharippa and Ruthless Dame from Buenos.
There is a racing god Jamie Carr, 12 months after missing the ride on the eventual winner for James Cummings and Godolphin in Secret in the Newmarket, the late Dean Hollands took the ride and did such a tremendous job under the pressure. Jamie Carr, 12 months later, is in top form and takes out the one.
Today, like, this is for Dean Holland, because I couldn't imagine anyone riding that horse as well as he did last year, and I'm not happy I fell, but I'm so happy that gave him the opportunity to win the Newmarket. And I'm not happy I fell, but I'm so happy that gave him the opportunity to win the Newmarket. Hopefully he's watching down at us today. That's awesome.
He was riding that with you, Jen.
Dean's obviously watching today, because I can't believe that happened. Obviously it was a horrible...
See Lucy Holland and Dean Holland's kids on course present the trophy to Jamie Carr was just an amazing moment, and I thought transcended sport.
Beautifully put. The pictures to Group 1 Newmarket.
Ruthless Dane jumped out and come in front of her, so he's had to come off its heels to come out. The weight is another thing, and the EIPH. So she's had three sort of things go against her in that race today, and she still ran second, so outstanding run.
Yeah, I
didn't think the 3-year-olds were good enough, and Cylinder hadn't shown that sort of ability, so he's proven me wrong. But I would have loved to have seen Private.
And then all of this happens, you know. As soon as I saw Lucy and the kids and Belinda and all that there, like, it's looking at them.
For me, the best...
I had a few hardened punter mates were saying it seemed like someone had been chopping onions at Flemington, because it was bringing a tear to eye and really moving people yesterday. It was just wonderful to see.
Now this is the mile, second leg. Outstanding stuff. Let's rip into the CUNY now. This is the mile, second leg of the quaddie, $11 Cylinder, the first leg. Ian Coleman looking for a double today. They have in the race, and it's Autumn Angel. That's the popular way. $4.80 into $4.20 was...
Sassy Boom through halfway at the 800 metres, led by about 2 or 3 lengths here. Wants it over and done with. From So Glamorous, and they were followed by Sarasana Miss Lead. A length and a quarter, Grinzinger Bell, who slotted in. 5th on the outside of Molly Nickers from French Endeavour. Autumn Angel is back along the inside, 8 or 9 off the lead from Vieste Pink Shandon. Well back Basilina, Into You and Ethel Maud. Sassy Boom held together. First to straighten, 450 out. Had a decent buffer from Sarasana, So Glamorous, Grinzinger Bell. French Endeavour to the outside with Autumn Angel running on. And behind those Molly Nickers and also Basilina. Autumn Angel at the 250 took the front from French Endeavour a length away. Here's Basilina on the outside running on with Molly Nickers. Autumn Angel 100 metres to go. Basilina and Molly Nickers coming in the centre. Basilina up to Autumn Angel, who found an Autumn Angel. Responds and won by a neck, Basilina and Molly Nickers. A gap French Endeavour in a photo with Into You, followed by Miss Lead, Grinzinger
with Mark Zara hard at it. Gets it done in the Group 2 CUNY, and that'll sit very nicely alongside her ethereal win at 2,000 metres in the spring. We thought we might have seen her.
He said if they both jump, because they usually don't jump, it'll take the ride to win the race. Mark Zara, his ride, amazing.
What's the viewpoint on this line of form? And there's, again, I guess, aspirations to head to Sydney for races like a Vinery. Wiley Dalziel seemed to think that's the pathway for Autumn Angel coming, and
across the whole program, and one of our best backed runners across the card comes up in this race, but it's not our favourite Straight Charge. He's at 270, out from 260 now. It is Switzerland with 40% of the holders. I said one of the best backed runners across the program. 360.
Straight Charge can't get a breather here. The Queensland filly rushes forward on the outside. All inclusive went up to harass the favourite Straight Charge. Verlander took a sit in third. Then Shangri-La Express from Switzerland. Espionage on the brows from Get a Fix, and Bodyguard is last of all. Straight Charge comes around the turn from All Inclusive. Straight Charge and neck in front to All Inclusive. Then came Verlander, Shangri-La Express. Switzerland gets going. Get a Fix down the outside. Espionage is in a horrible traffic jam trying to bulldoze through. Straight Charge races 2 lengths clear. Switzerland giving chase. Bodyguard's running on. Straight Charge at the 150. Straight Charge legs by a length. But now Switzerland's digging in. Switzerland going home home hard, and Switzerland will win the Todman. Switzerland by a length to Straight Charge. Shangri-La Express third, Bodyguard fourth, Espion.
Well, we know that Coolmore are going to have the two favourites for the Golden Slipper, and Lizzie Watt gets so fascinating now. He was perfect today. Through the history of what was the Canterbury Guineas and now the Randwick Guineas. So there's the trophy with the $1 million to go with it. And the all-important group.
60% of the hold, so the punters have marked him as our short price even favourite there at 2.15, almost evens in from 2.30. Celestial Legend has stayed rock solid on the second line, 4 into 370. Long
came Chaya Wolf, plonked down on the rails. Militarised settles in fifth. Then came Ducasse from Tom Kidd and NCAP, and Celestial Legend caught wide in the early part. And a gap back in the field. Half of the field, Cosmic Lad sees them all. Inside the 800 metres, Fukabana's travelling keen. So given more rain now, and Fukabana took the lead away from Levon, Pier and Gambare. A gap further back to Ducasse, then Chaya Wolf, Celestial Legend. Just a fraction deep there on the outside of the favourite, Militarised. Then Cafe Millennium, Tom Kidden is well back on the inside of NCAP as they come around the turn. Fukabana shows the way by a length and a half to Gambare. Then came Levon, Pier. Now Militarised goes. Celestial Legend goes from Cafe Millennium, and Tom Kidden's cluttered up. Celestial Legend raced up to join Militarised. On the outside, Cafe Millennium. Tom Kidden looking for room. Saves NCAP. It's Celestial Legend. Celestial Legend with a head in front. Celestial Legend kicking. Cafe Millennium lunges. Miss Celestial Legend. What a brave win in the Randwick Guineas. Won it from either Militarised or Cafe Millennium. Then Ducasse, Gambare, Tom Kidden, NCAP, Chaya Wolf, Levon.
As well, and Lesbridge gets another Group 1 to go with the Everest. His 12th for Les. He's 85. He hasn't had a Group 1 for a long time, since Hot Danish won the Doomben 10,000 14 years ago. How good is this? An 85-year-old putting the polish on this horse who we seem to know so well. This is spectacular. What a race, what a run, what a result.
What a finish, what a run. You can see that they were...
And so often it's the Hobart.
Unlucky, and hopefully he gets to bounce back if you want to stick with Tom Kitten, because he should have gone very close to winning. He's a $5 second elect with Celestial Legend. Militarised $3.50 out. I'm going to have to do it. The map has been off the map to get the job done in today's feature, the Adelaide Cup. Clearly the best back galloper and dominates the market now at $3.20. Has been a firmer throughout the course of the week and was $3.80 when final field was posted. Got into as short as $2.7 this morning. Acceleration heavily backed last time out when getting the job down in beautiful Launceston, and has been supported again here, $6.50 into $3.60.
Followed by Grand Piero. Now the map, Jamie Carr's just holding her cards at the moment. She's yet to peel, but she's going to come deep. One Last Kiss, then Port Guillaume. A Maid still going along, but he's in all sorts of trouble here. Then Acceleration sneaking through as they race up towards the 600, where Sanderstan gets in the face now of Alhambra Lad. Yellow Brick Road, 8 on the dot, Skelm. Here's the map joining in at the right time. A Maid's come off the fence. This would be remarkable if he's in the finish. They sweep up to the home bend. Sanderstan turned in front with Alhambra Lad. The map quickly joins them. Accelerations charge through on the rail. Then A Maid. The map goes to the lead at the 250. Accelerations hunting her down. Acceleration after the map. Then A Maid and Skelm. Acceleration drives through underneath the map. Acceleration and the map. A grandstand finish to the Adelaide Cup. Oh, maybe Acceleration. A whisker to the map, but there's nothing in it. Acceleration or the map. Third place, Skelm. What a remarkable run by A Maid to finish fourth. Roaring Engine.
And what a ride. Harry Coffey and Jamie Carr pair off to fight out, stride for stride the last furlong, John. The map, the outside, Acceleration, the inside, and the inside, the Victorian just sticks his neck out and wins by the barest of margins.
Two great rides, and what a great battle over the last 100 metres. Harry Coffey, that is one of the rides of the year. Acceleration was bolting from the 800-metre mark. He kept picking runs inside horses. He hasn't gone round a horse. He's won the race by about half a head. The map's
about the reigning champ from last year, Mr. Brightside, $1.75. He's short, and Australia's on him to win. Back-to-back win. Back-to-back All-Star miles here. He's drawn a little bit tricky.
He's won the Ore and the Futurity to make it 6 Group 1s in his career to date in the lead up to this, Ed.
It's hard to find a better horse in Australia than Mr. Brightside, and he's getting to his preferred distance. He's had 6 starts here at
Side first up.
Yeah, she's just got better and better as she's got older, and the back end of her last preparation was outstanding, obviously winning 2 Group 1s at Flemington. She was only narrowly denied.
Jane, your pick of the yard for the All-Star Mile.
Well, I think Mr. Brightside would have had to do something out of the ordinary for me not to have stuck with him here today. I know he's very short. I think it was better than last start, and that's just the horse. He thrives with racing. He gets
Williams in the saddle. Good luck, punters, as we have a look down the market here with Sportsbet. Pride of Jenny, she's holding around her opening quote. She opened up at 3.9.
2.5 lengths, Munamekan, Cascadian last. Pride of Jenny, they've run it hard. 850 metres to go by 2 lengths to Buffalo River, a brutal tempo. 3 further back, Attractable, a length and a quarter, Desert Lightning niggled at. They were followed by Holy Man's Puntura. Then came Dom to Shoot, Pinstriped Ayrton. Mr. Brightside would be at least 15 off the lead, maybe 20. 2 further back in the field, Munamekan, Cascadian. So it's Pride of Jenny coming up towards the corner at the 400 metres. 2 lengths in front. From in second place, Buffalo River in its slipstream. 4 lengths away, Holy Man's, and then came Attractable, Pinstripe. Mr. Brightside brought to the outside, 7 or 8 off Pride of Jenny, who still paddles in front, but we know she keeps going at the 200. Pride of Jenny, 3 lengths Buffalo River. Now Mr. Brightside and Cascadian coming, but it's still Pride of Jenny. 100 to go. There's no stopping her. What a performance. Pride of Jenny wins by 2 lengths, Mr. Brightside, Cascadian. She has run them into the ground. They were followed by Buffalo River, Ayrton, Dom to Shoot, Holy Man's, Desert Lightning, Pinstriped, Munamek.
And will walk away $100,000 richer. And Kieran Maher, the latest trophy to head towards his burgeoning cabinet is the All-Star Mile. 12, 1, 2 and 6. The Cream Rose, as we anticipated it might, given the composition of this year's race. Pride of Jenny.
Didn't they put the speed on?
And it was willingly, yeah, the speed was on. As expected, we all knew that was going to happen, and Craig had a decision to make early, and like he slotted in, but you know, the barriers did play a big part. It forced him to make a decision, and he sort of backed himself upon that. And already,
Pride of Jenny coming up towards the corner at the 400 metres, 2 lengths in front. From in second place, Buffalo River in its slipstream. 4 lengths away, Holy Man's, and then came Attractable, Pinstripe. Mr. Brightside brought to the outside, 7 or 8 off Pride of Jenny, who still paddles in front, but we know she keeps going at the 200. Pride of Jenny, 3 lengths Buffalo River. Now Mr. Brightside and Cascadian coming, but it's still Pride of Jenny. 100 to go. There's no stopping her. What a performance. Pride of Jenny wins by 2 lengths, Mr. Brightside.
Yet another captivating front-running effort from Pride of Jenny. She wins the 6th All-Star Mile. She becomes, in particular, given that hopefully the first 3 from yesterday are going to go from the All-Star Mile and find themselves in an Australian Cup in a fortnight's time.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's mouthwatering, really, isn't it, overall? And Brightside and Cascadian, genuine Group 1 horses. Ollie, we've seen the format of the All-Star Mile every year stack up strongly. In fact, the Donnies, I think, have...
Doncaster trifecta the last 2 years.
Yeah, so it will be again.
Yeah, it's a strong race.
In the middle at the moment, but we'll see in the final couple of minutes. Salt Kotai, $7 is the one I wanted to touch on. Second best backed runner in the race, $10 the open now, $7. Zardozi, $10, looking for further undoubtedly. Raff Attack at $12. Attack at $12.
For the Shandon Far Lap Stakes to commence today. On the outside of He-Man, further back to Zardozi, Noisy Boy, Tannhauser, and Ravello's the last one. Levon Pira, narrow leader from Raff Attack, the now Cuva, Macarena, 2 lengths to Soul Codes from He-Man. Kintai still back in the field on the outside or behind Zardozi as they turn. Levon Pira's been heavily back to win the Ajax Stakes and it kicks, gets 2 lengths clear. Raff Attack dropped off. Macarena's giving chase now. Zardozi goes back on the inside. Levon Pira's all out now. Moving up on the outside, Macarena, Zardozi, and Kintyre with the last shot of them as Zardozi takes the lead. Zardozi beat off Macarena and Kintyre, and Zardozi draws clear with the Far Lap Stakes. Zardozi 2 lengths, Macarena second, ahead away third, Kintyre. Maybe Levon Pire hanging on for 4 from Tannhauser, He-Man, and then...
Won the Oaks in the spring after winning the Edward Manifold and running well in the Wakeful. Now stakes her claim to be a serious contender to do an Oaks double. She's got orchestral to an Oaks double. She's got orchestral probably standing in her way.
This is the feature, and it's all about the champion mare Imperatriz. She's unbeaten here at Moonee Valley. She loves this track and trip, and she's the one to beat.
He's chasing her 10th Group 1. Plenty of positives. The defending champ yet to be defeated here at the Valley. And there were things against her, perhaps.
Bed punters there with the champion Imperatriz. She really gets the speed, doesn't she? Hypothetical, Queen of the Ball, Cumin, all roll across, and then she's drawn.
The $1 million William Reid.
Get the man back here.
Cylinder, then Ballanipatina, Q-Man, Imperatriz is 3 deep, spotting the speed about 7, and is forced to go forward now from the Inferno. Well back, Johnny Rocker has the back of the champ, and last the Astrologist. Hypothetical, 500 metres to go, 2 lengths, Queen of the Ball, I Am Me. Then came Cylinder, Imperatriz 4 off the front, almost 3, and coming on from Ballanipatina, Johnny Rocker, Q-Man, the Inferno, the Astrologist. Hypothetical at the 250 comes around the corner from I Am Me, and Imperatriz, the outside, moves up swiftly. Imperatriz goes to the front from Johnny Rocker, I Am Me, Hypothetical. Imperatriz, 100 to go. Johnny Rocker bravely giving her a race, but it's the Kiwi Wonder. 10 Group 1s. Imperatriz from Johnny Rocker, I Am Me, Ballanipatina, the Inferno, Q-Man, Hypothetical, Cylinder.
Group 110 for the 10 out of 10 mare. Imperatriz goes back-to-back in the William Reid. The 7th to win it twice, the 9th to win it on multiple occasions. She puts her name alongside Super.
Told the story. So, David, Alice Border at the Magic Million, she was the very last horse to sell in her year. In fact, she sat on the website.
Off screen, she likes being in clear galloping air, sort of 4 or 5 off the fence, and there's very few horses that I can recall that go as well at Moonee Valley as Imperatriz. So it'll be interesting when she goes up to Sydney for the TJ, and she runs into the best sprinters in Sydney to see how she lines up. I think she will. I mean, her winning
5 for 5 at the Valley, her 10th Group 1, 7 from 8 on Victorian soil, and Opie Bosson to 98 Group 1s. What an associate.
I saw him walk around past me.
And this is Via Sistina. Look at the price she is. This is a girl who ran second to King of Steel in the Champion Stakes at Ascot, which was unbelievable. She jumped
quickly. So $2.25 favourite as well. There was more than 1.5 points between them. Now it's near on the other way. Via Sistina, $2.40 has just come in at every call, and think it over.
Outside. Ready to run in the round bit. Think it over. Buckaroo and Via Sistina last, so no change to the action. 750 metres to go, and it's Think It Over taking on the World Today, leads by a half on Military Mission. Then Zayrek still third, the rails. Place du Carousel just been nudged along in 4th position, inching a little bit closer. Now Via Sistina getting right under the coattails of her and about to hook to the outside. Think It Over swings at the 400 metres. Think It Over by a length and a half. Place du Carousel's running on stoutly on the outside, and now Via Sistina waiting for the last crack at them, and here she comes. Via Sistina moved up on the outside of Place du Carousel, then Think It Over and Buckaroo, but Via Sistina bringing the great European form here to Sydney, and she's too classy. Via Sistina won it by a length and a half. I think Place du Carousel second, an inch in front of Buckaroo, then Think It Over. Zayrek.
What a stunning debut by Via Sistina. You could see how confident James McDonald was in the run. This outstanding Group 1 winner who cost a Queen's ransom. Here's J-Mac, sits back.
To win one of these races, and another good ride from Ryan Moore.
Richo, bought out of the Northern Hemisphere by Yulong for $5.5 million. This is a very important win in her career, and we wait to see.
Like once again, I spoke to the boys before this, and Tommy Berry actually galloped his horse through the week, and he said this is a weapon.
It's a soft win too, like
it's a soft win.
Hands and heels.
I think.
Who beats it in the Queen Elizabeth?
Well, all I can say is that, like, Bossy, this was the win of yesterday that really sort of got you going a little.
Well, I think this is
from a futures.
This is a Cox Plate horse.
Yeah.
You know, he's only just got here. That.
Look, he's lovely, relaxed, he's in great order, no negatives about the way that he is parading today, and also usually I have to really march to stand next to these horses. But
So Riff Rocket opened up $2.50 this morning. We saw as much as $3.10 as that price got out, and interestingly it is Tab's lay of the day. We now have equal favourites with Tom Kitten there at $2.90.
Here's the Rosehill Guineas.
Steel Blaze from Cafe Millennium. Riff Rocket might be easing 3 wide here. Nash, yes, just giving him a bit more space wide out. Cosmic Ladder's the last one. 800 metres to run. So Riff Rocket starts a run from back in the field. 750 out. Gambare in front from Immediacy. They're followed by Ducasse on the inside of Cap Ferrar. Tom Kitten but nailed back on the inside of Cheowolf, and Riff Rocket's creeping into it out 3 wide coming to the turn. It's Gambare being eyeballed by Immediacy. Then Cap Ferrar pulling out. Ducasse back to the fence. Tom Kitten hard on the fence. Cheowolf pulling out, and Riff Rocket coming right down the outside. Immediacy and Cap Ferrar. They move up at the 300, and Cap Ferrar put the head in front. Now, where are the chasers? Tom Kitten on the inside. Riff Rocket on the outside. As let's think now. Here comes Riff Rocket charging down the outside, and Riff Rocket will win the Rosehill Guineas. Cheowolf second. Cap Ferrar clung on for third. Then Immediacy, Gambare and Tom Kitten, Every Hope. Further back, Ducasse.
Earlier on before the bend. So this horse has not only got a great turn of speed, he's also got a lot of stoutness in his way that he finds the line.
And win both derbies.
Yeah, he's just got a better turn of speed than all of these 3-year-olds. It's that simple. They're all just kind of one pace kind of horses. He's just got a very good change-up speed. Nash rode him quite arrogantly there yesterday, and he was just way too good.
Yeah. Whether Joe's horse can...
I was keen on him in the Australian Guineas. He didn't let me down, but...
Whether Joe's horse can, in fact, get a trip, there might be a plan B. If not, and Militarise, we just want to see off the back of last start whether the real Militarise is about to step up. $4.20. It is the most popular horse in terms of money, but the biggest move has been V8, and you touched on that earlier on in the week. We've got no deductions. Williamsburg's the only horse that's come out 15 into $7, so that is a good push, more than halving its quote. Lady Laguna at $9 alongside Amenable, who just comes in another point.
Stand by for a jump in the George Rider. Field races to the 900, and Cepheus charges to the lead, and Think About It goes to second doing the chasing. Bandersnatch on the fence third. V8 well positioned, 2 lengths away to Amenable, followed by Mighty Ulysses on the inside of Golden Mile. 2 lengths further back to Lady Laguna, a similar margin to Militarise on the outside of Unspoken. Then came Navajo Peak, NCAP one off the fence, Cosmic Vega the rails, and further back to Pericles as they straighten up now, and Cepheus being challenged by Think About It, and Think About It races to the lead. 2 lengths away, V8 doing the chasing, followed by Golden Mile, Lady Laguna. Militarise still a long way back together with NCAP. V8 revving up now, and V8 takes the lead at the 100 from Lady Laguna running on. It's V8 and Lady Laguna. V8, Lady Laguna, V8, vroom! V8 won the George Rider narrowly from Lady Laguna, and Militarise got going for third, followed by Think About It. Further back to Gust.
He deserved a second at Caulfield Guineas, second at Australian Guineas, and after that Australian Guineas, Lizzie, he grabbed us and said, we're going to the George Rider. At the time we thought Fangirl...
Down narrowly to a genuine Group 1 performer, V8. Militarise, well, his biggest... fly in the ointment is him getting back, and that's really tells in the end of these races.
And Frosty's had
He's run some really good races over 14, just a length off Mr Brightside, Pride of Jenny and Co in the Ore. They got it right yesterday, and Damien Lane again showing his champion qualities.
Yeah, Damien Lane in the top 3 riders in Australia without a doubt, and this horse has been ever so consistent, hasn't he?
I feel like an idiot for not being with him, actually, because he's got the best form around. He's got that Brightside Pride of Jenny form. Yep. He was going to get a good run. Stood up pretty well, and he's, Mike, one of those cases. Love the call from Flindell as well, the vroom right at the end.
Well, he can put enough.
Because it means so much to her.
Discussed it for the past few weeks and months. What price is Storm Boy going to jump? And at the moment, it is favourite. It's 40% of the hold and $2.40. Peaked at around the $2.50, 50% more on Storm Boy than Switzerland at the moment with tab fixed odds. Lady of Camelot, you mentioned that early move. That was earlier on this week after the barrier draw. Steady around the $7, but money not quite the money. $7, but money not quite the money. Heading to the top end of town, you can see we've got some huge prices about horses that were, you know, $26. Look at Shanghai, $1.
Set. Racing. Storm Boy was second last out of the gates. Now third last. Straight charge. Hit the gates running. Handlebars down. Shangri-La Express. Lady of Camelot there. Dublin Downs rushing forward out deep on the outside of Holmes Accord. And now Storm Boy's recovering about 6th and 7th behind them. Further back to his last of all. So Shangri-La from Manala. and Hayasugi's last of all. So Shangri-La Express went up inside, straight charge to the lead. Shangri-La Express, a nectar straight charge. Dublin down 3 wide third, followed by Fully Lit, Lady of Camelot. Now Storm Boy is cluttered up behind runners. On the outside, Holmes are caught, Traffic Warden and Switzerland in the middle of the ruck. Into the straight, Shangri-La Express just in front of straight charge. Going up the inside, Fully Lit and Storm Boy. Lady of Camelot behind them, 3 lengths away to Switzerland. And wide out, Coleman running on. Storm Boy's got the run on the inside. Coleman wide out with Lady of Camelot. It's Coleman, Lady of Camelot. Coleman ahead in front to Lady of Camelot. Coleman, Lady of Camelot. The lady dives and Lady of Camelot got up. Lady of Camelot, a spectacular win in the Golden Slipper, beat Coleman. And third, Storm Boy in front of Traffic Warden. Further back then to Manal making good headway from Prost, straight charge. Dublin down, Shangri-La Express, Anisa, Bodyguard, Holmes Accord, Rita Real and Hayasugi.
Have a look at that guy. Storm Boy, he can't win. Oh, the filly. She's 1 1/8. She's 1 1/8. Golden Slipper, Blake Shin gets a second. Brutal. Golden Slipper, Storm Boy missed the kick. Had his chance maybe in the straight. Coleman nearly pulls off the heist. The filly comes through to win for Blake Shin. And Gay and Adrian do it again. And Gay gets to 160 Group 1s.
Quite remarkable. In a Blue Diamond, run second in a Blue Diamond and then go on and win a Golden Slipper. I'm not sure what to make of the rest of the field. There's so much more to unpack. As you mentioned, Storm Boy had his...
It's footage that will live long in the memory, and it can be applied to any manner of situations in life. Hutch, it's probably like watching your 4 kids a lot.
I love that sort of like that. But
It's
it was so
amazing.
good.
It's closing stages of the race. Bossy, the story is also at the other end with Storm Boy stepping slowly, and also Jamie Carr doing an incredible job to stay on Hayasugi.
I don't know how she stayed on, to be very honest. Hayasugi just lost her compass after stumbling. But once Storm Boy missed the kick, his race was nearly over at that point. He went up on the inside in probably an inferior ground, which it was. No fault. He just had nowhere else to go. But, you know, Blake Shin, he went out and trialled this filly at Hawkesbury, deliberately rode a colt in the trial, made her get off the bridle, and her trial was there for everyone to see. It ripped through the line. I spoke to him before the race. He's always been a horse that's been there for...
He wasn't. We've got the overhead vision of what happened at the start with Jamie Carr, very different to what Clinton McDonald was hoping for with Hayasugi trying to do a quarter as his late father Ross did. So what did you observe that had happened, and then what's going through a jockey's mind at this point when that filly just veers hard right?
Sunshine in Paris has been really well supported. It's not the best backed runner with tap fixed odds, but as you can see from the fluctuations, 8 into $4.60 at one point, and it was the outright favourite. And just as I speak, Cabin's gone out half a point. 50, I don't need to say more than that. And front page, you guys mentioned $26 the open into $11 with hardly any deductions. 13 or more the rest, without much interest in any of them, including King's.
Light is on for the Galaxy and we're ready to go. King's Gambit, Derek Grove. Half Cabin's very wide, being taken back. Private Eye's very wide. He's out in no man's land. Buenos Noches up the fence, followed by Callas. Osmosis has got it all to do. Front page after the sharp start, leads by a half on Asfura. Uncommon James third on the inside of Zapateo. Passive Aggressive out 3 wide. Sunshine in Paris, 3 back the fence. They straighten up and front page goes for home. Front page 2 in front to Asfura. Uncommon James, then Zapateo. Sunshine in Paris back to the inside. 150 to go. Front page is kicking well. Front page a length in front of Asfura. Zapateo's launching on the outside. Sunshine in Paris late. Zapateo wide out, hits the lead front. Sunshine in Paris. Zapateo won the Galaxy. Zapateo just won it from Sunshine in Paris, and the front runner, front page running third. Then came Asfura. Further back to one.
Well, look, it seemed to me that a lot went wrong for Half Cabin, so he was sort of put out of the race by some interference there early, and he just got dragged way too far back. But when
thought it was going to be the Henry Dwyer mare who'd be getting the Group 1 on her record first. Well, it's proven to be that James Cummings' mare in the end prevails. Asfura just out of the placings yesterday is, well, at about the 200 Hutches, we were sort of trying to do our yard at the Valley and also watch this race. I thought The Wagatown Plate's about to produce another Group 1 winner. It did with Santa Ana Lane a few years ago. And Front Page looked to get to the front and give a kick, and I thought, oh, hang on, we're going to see a bit of an upset here, but Zapateo able to reel it in the closing stages. Sunshine.
She's in the right part of the track too, drawn to the outside and heavily backed here. Over 65% of turnover is with Estriella. Blake Shin looking. It's all about the heavily backed favourite, number 13, race 7, Estriella. Outside.
And also De Bergerac, 600 metres to go. It's Estriella leading out by a length. She's All Shenanigans and Excess. And further back is Arkansas Kid. Then Stretton Angel coiled up from Core Concept, and then came Hanshi, Perilous Fighter under pressure. Then Soltaire, Hedged Wolfie well back with She Light, and then came De Bergerac. It's Estriella. Shin hasn't moved. 200 metres to go. A length and a half, 2 lengths. She's All Shenanigans, Arkansas Kid, Stretton Angel and Soltaire late. Now he goes for Estriella, and she pings away. She's 2.5 lengths in front. She's too good. Estriella, brilliant. Arkansas Kid second. Soltaire for third from Stretton Angel, I fancy. They were followed by Hedged and
Sunlight Classic, and the story is in the time. 1:02.3 she stopped the clock at going across the line. That is 0.16 of a second outside Love You Madly's track record set in 2013, and she has
anywhere from 1,000 to 1,200. Look, I think she's destined for Group 1, this horse.
Look at her do this.
She looks like a Group 1 winner in waiting. This race is so well programmed now on the calendar to go to Sydney or Adelaide.
Mr. Brightside to run the 1.25 miles and win at that trip for the first time is the Popular Elect, that is for sure. He opened up at 2:35 with
162nd Australian Cup. Jane, can you find us the winner from the yard?
Way that Legato has improved since we saw her here at Flemington. She
feet of Pride of Jenny at the All-Star Mile last start, and he's the Popular Elect, that is for sure. Mr. Brightside's going to start you clear.
Canadian is at the end. 1,200 metres to go. This is what she loves, Pride of Jenny. She's out clear by 5 or 6 lengths in the Australian Cup. Esti Feeney second, a length Mr. Brightside, a length and a quarter Young Verta. Then came a Tissue, Legato, Dom to Shoot, Vow and Declare, and Cascadians 15 lengths at least off Pride of Jenny. 850 metres to go. She quickens it up to the 800. Pride of Jenny 6 lengths in front of Esti Feeney, Mr. Brightside. 2 further back is Young Verta. They were followed next by a Tissue as they run the turn from Legato, Vow and Declare. Well back in the field is Dom to Shoot and Cascadian last. So Pride of Jenny looks 500 metres in front of her. About 5 lengths, Mr. Brightside heeled along. Under the whip, Esti Feeney. A Tissue's travelling, got a run between horses. Then Legato, Young Verta, and behind them Vow and Declare. Pride of Jenny, 300 metres to go. 4 lengths in front. A Tissue's trying to grind her down. Then Mr. Brightside, Cascadian. Pride of Jenny, she can run through walls at the 150, but a Tissue and Cascadian are coming at her. Pride of Jenny at the 100. Cascadian wearing her down. Pride of Jenny at the 50. Cascadian's got up to her. Cascadian back to back. Cascadian just beats Pride of Jenny in a brilliant finish. Third a Photo. Vow and Declare or a Tissue, then Mr. Brightside. Behind them Legato. Young
has played out over a spectacular 2 minutes. Cascadian becomes the first since Harlem in 2018 and 19 to go back-to-back. He wins his second and third attempts at the great race. And Ben Melham becomes the first jockey since Cyril Small aboard Vogue in 1989 and 90 to go back-to-back on the same horse. What a spectacle.
But a lightning-quick addition. This is the fastest Australian Cup we've seen since Mackay Diva set the Flemington 2,000-metre track record in winning the race in 2005.
Yeah, and thanks to Carl Diorio from Best Bets, it was the quickest first 1,400 metres of any Australian Cup since the year 2000. And he also mentioned the point of how good Declan Bates' ride was aboard Pride of Jenny is how evenly he was able to pace her and how efficient Pride of Jenny's preparation. And in the end, she was just beaten by a better horse at 2,000 metres on the day.
Legato, Young Verta, and behind them Vow and Declare. Pride of Jenny, 300 metres to go. 4 lengths in front. A Tissue's trying to grind her down. Then Mr. Brightside, Cascadian. Pride of Jenny, she can run through walls at the 150, but a Tissue and Cascadian are coming at her. Pride of Jenny at the 100. Cascadian wearing her down. Pride of Jenny at the 50. Cascadian's got up to her. Cascadian back to back.
Cascadian just beats Pride of Jetty in a brilliant...
21 Group 1s for Ben Melham and back-to-back aboard Cascadian in the Australian Cup. Ollie, from a Lexus Roy Higgins, as we know, the first opportunity for a horse to guarantee their entry into the Lexus Melbourne Cup come Tuesday, November 5, and it went the way of Mark Twain. What an hour or so he spoke.
I saw this thing coming down the outside. As I said, I thought it was Kiwi himself, and for a horse that didn't appear to get around, you know, a beautiful big track like Flemington, you can see Mick pull a whip through the right. I wasn't even looking at him, to be honest. I was looking for Glentanius. I thought he might be the one, but you could see Jai was still going so well in front, and then it wasn't until about the last 150 metres that he really just chimed in and won easy in the end. But he probably needs to get around Flemington better. I don't know if they're planning to bring him here a little bit earlier next time to have a couple more runs around here, but, you know, this was a moderately run race. If he gets in a fast run sort of Melbourne Cup, he's only going to be suited even better.
Mark Twain is absolutely flashing home. Here comes the Kiwi. Mark Twain over the top has got up to win it. Second, Strawberry Rock. Third in the race was
Major Beale and John. Watching that again, Mark Twain was probably, 2 lengths off him at the 150 and has had 2 lengths on him at the finish.
Yeah, the winner's the one with obviously the most upside going forward, isn't he? Given where he came from in the run and what he had to overcome, that was,
Money's this preparation thus far. If Macarena does win, watch the confidence just lift with Zardozi later on in the day too with that form line. The Ruthless Dame at $4.20 on the second line, Hinged at $5.50, Alencia at $6.50, and then Vienna Princess.
Go now in the Emancipation Stakes. Last of all, $7.50 to go. Street Gossip by 3/4 to Hinge. Macarena given every hope third. Then Ruthless Dame, Stormy Witness, Vienna Princess has been asked to do plenty in the run. On the outside of Valencia, then came Arctic Glamour, and she's all class as they turn the corner. And Street Gossip in front. Hinged is under the pump. Macarena travelling but needs room. Ruthless Dame gets going. So does Valencia the outside. Further back to Vienna Princess at the 250, and Valencia moved up. Valencia put the head in front from Ruthless Dame. Macarena's all strung up. Alencia gets a length and a half clear now. And pulling away Alencia. It's a big day for Tommy Berry. A riding treble, and Alencia, a big winner of the Emancipation. Arctic Glamour got second in front of Ruthless Dame. And Macarena, when clear, got up to run fourth. Then
kept her back, decided the quick back up goes to 1,500. And this filly who couldn't...
Tommy Berry first up.
50. How short is Orchestral, Ben?
Very short, around the $1.60 mark. And if you had have said to me during the week that we'd see $1.60, let alone potentially $1.50, I would have said you're kidding yourself, but $1.60 and 4.
Sees them all. So Comanche at the 1,000 leads out by a length to Queen of Dragons. 2 lengths Tutar Levita in third. Then our Gold Hope on the inside of Orchestral. Zardozi still sits right on the coattails of the favourite. Then True Fairy from Mare of Mount Buller and Piplup last of all. No change to the order in the Binary Stud Stakes. Comanche in front. Hang on. Tutar Levita's off now, and Tutar Levita starts a run at the 800 metres. Went up to race to the lead from Comanche, then Queen of Dragons, Orchestral right on the bridle in fourth, on the outside of Our Gold Hope, and Zardozi tracks up. Tutar Levita with that move early. Tutar Levita swings in front by 2 lengths. Orchestral revved up by McDonald. She's 2 lengths away. Zardozi getting to the outside at the 250. Tutar Levita still a length and a half clear from Orchestral, is grinding away. Zardozi's running on well on the outside. Here's a big finish. Tutar Levita still in front. Now Orchestral, her class is starting to shine through, and Orchestral raced to the lead and takes out the Binary Stud Stakes. Orchestral running down Tutar Levita with Zardozi in third. Then came Queen of Dragons from Our Gold Hope.
And Aussie Tom and J-Mac was able to get the best out of this whopping. Look at that backside. Lizzie talked about it earlier, 1, 5 and 2. It was a dashing ride by Rawilla, but McDonald was confident. It took the whole...
To pinch that break, and she was just brilliant. Look at James. He looks across and gives Nash a bit of a roar. Cheeky, you nearly pinched that from me.
Look at him. He's absolutely yapping. He's absolutely yapping his head off, isn't he? So, and there's Roger James. So Roger's in Melbourne today with Mark Twain and the Roy Higgins. Robert, of course.
To be run down in the end, but... yeah, she's an exciting filly going forward.
Yeah, outstanding ride by Nash. Showed initiative, took off at the 650, I think, and made it a real race. James never panicked. This, I think, it was a bonus win for her. You know, she's had 2 peaks, Karaka Million Day, New Zealand Derby, back to 2000. I think you'll see in 2 weeks' time in the Oaks, as James said yesterday, her peak again and blow them away.
Third win in the race.
Another Will's had 2 handlers all the way around. How's he look to you?
Look, he's not perfect, I must say. Look, this is the first time I've seen him in the yard, Bruce, so I can't sort of completely...
Horse, but more a pot on the price, and out to $1.80 now. Don't be surprised if that just gets out of touch again. Now, they're convictions, 1 or more, but at the moment, 68% of the hold going the way.
There's the light. Ready to go on the Doncaster Prelude. Inching through on the rails, further back to Von Hawk, then came Superior from Quetor, and Mudamek sees them all, and more victorious in front. The odds-on favourite, Another Will, a half length away as they come around the turn, then Bandersnatch, Coin Toss, further back to You Called It, Williamsburg hooking to the outside from New Endeavour, and Well Waller's the deepest, 300 metres to run, and Another Will given his head, and Another Will went up to head off and more victorious, then came Bandersnatch and Well Wall running on, but Another Will's drawn 2, 3 lengths clear here in the Doncaster Prelude, backed off the map, good horse, keeps raising the bar, and Another Will destroys them, beating last year's winner Bandersnatch and Will Wall third. Then came a more victorious, further back.
Race. This was so impressive. Lizzie, a quick comment before Kieran Maher?
Yeah, unbelievable to see him being able to transcend that form from Victoria now to New South Wales. Everything went perfectly in the prelims, but he's a very, very good horse. We've answered that, and
seen him here. He's a raw horse that's getting through the grades, and he's winning similar each time, which is really exciting.
What did you make of him, Michael?
Outstanding. Did they actually put up $15 on TAB?
Look, I think... so he's really 19th. When everyone worked that out, he was 15 into $2.80. Some reckless punters may have not even considered that before taking $15.
Can I be Ben for a moment?
Yes.
Can you ask your question again?
Did anyone get $15 on Another Will?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Yes. But I'm Ben for the purposes of this exercise.
Show us your tickets.
An $8 pop Southern Tycoon best the rest there at 10, but Another Will on the back of yesterday's performance will be mine.
All of the money is with Storm Boy, and we've seen it. $2.50 into $2. $2.25 was available 5 minutes ago. Now crunched into that $2, and in the world than that, around the $1.85 mark. Manal at $5.50 is steady, but there's 6.
Mick Warden crossing plenty of daylight, so's Storm Boy. Then came Vianara behind them on the inside of Fearless. Well back then Divana from Manal, and Coleman is about 4 lengths off the lead last of all. So what a bunch field here in the English side. And a Node should have a good kick here. It's been a soft lead. A Node swings in front from Traffic Warden. Then came Fearless. Storm Boy's been wide, but now McDonald gives the colt the cue. A Node being tackled by Traffic Warden. 2.50 to go. Then Storm Boy, Fearless. Manal's winding up on the outside, and Coleman as well. Traffic Warden races to the lead. Storm Boy's in trouble. Traffic Warden being joined by Coleman. Manal wide out. It's Traffic Warden. Manal going to Traffic Warden. They're wide apart. They hit it. Oh, Manal's put a bob in, so did Traffic Warden. Tight. Traffic Warden and Manal from Coleman in third, followed them by...
Carr using the whip, they hit the line, Manal gets a noser, and you think she's got it from that. You'd think that the filly had, but Michael Freedman has had a colossal day, an extraordinary day. This is really special.
very, very special, and down just at the right time.
And the Golden Slipper form stood up. The first 4 from the Golden Slipper run 1, 2, 3, 4 jumbled up there in terms of who started today with Lady of Camelot Not. So that Golden Slipper first challenger, Manal the late challenger, and got the bob in. What a filly, what a wonderful job Michael has done with this filly.
Have a look at this market. Imperatriz is our favourite, and I reckon you'll get a little better than the $3.10. I wish I win at $4.20 on the second line. They are easily the best back too, but the worst for 15 respectively. Now, Espiona a drifter, Marzu with the wet probably attracted some money, and Chain of Lightning looking to spoil the party again.
It's a great test. The great sprinters win this. It has become the really big championship race of the autumn for the sprinters. Here we go.
The favourite is last of all. It's Marzu and Coal Crusher. Bella Nipotina splitting the pair in third. Then came Chain of Lightning. Imperatriz in the right spot. Half Cabin keeping her company. And Zach just moves up on the outside to keep her in a pocket. Imperatriz. Wish I Win gets onto the back of Half Cabin. Followed then by Johnny Rocker and Magic Time coming into the straight now. And Coal Crusher move to a narrow lead. Bella Nipotina. It's go time for Bella. Up the inside is Chain of Lightning. Chain of Lightning, the grey, and Bella Nipotina. Magic Time running on. Imperatrice grinding. I Wish I Win is starting to launch his attack. And then came Sunshine in Paris. Chain of Lightning, Bella Nipotina. Chain of Lightning, Bella Nipotina. Chain of Lightning kicking. Chain of Lightning's won the TJ, beating Bella Nipotina and I Wish I Win. Imperatrice close up. Espiona flashing home. Then Sunshine in Paris, Magic Time.
Starts before she won the birthday card. Favourite in the Golden Eagle, remember, a couple of seasons back. And Chain of...
Well, Espiona ran a mighty race. You could see that Imperatrice at the top of the straight just wasn't quite comfortable, couldn't quite get out. She got out. She didn't really sort of empty out like we wanted her to, but she's just in terrific form, and he's a jockey on an absolute high, Damien Lane.
Peter wins a fourth one, of course, Black Caviar with a couple, of course. But
first run in 1866. The Doncaster is perhaps the most famous mile race in Australia.
Racing in the Don.
More relaxed than he was the last time out. He's still full of nervous energy. He's loved
Celestial Legend really well. I reckon you spotted him as a very young horse, and you might have mentioned it to me one day.
I'm not a fan of him at the moment. So he knocked us off in the Randwick Guineas, but God, he's just been beautifully handled and got him with.
There's not much between that horse and Other Wheel and Celestial Legend in terms of the hold. When you consider 1,370 and 1,650, you'd say the money lead there is with Les Bridges' runner. Oban Burmai, $8.50, didn't attract much interest. 11 track scaring a few off there. Democracy Manifest has been a firmer, and Kovalika and Co at 21 or more. But there has...
It's fierce and out by 2 or 3 lengths from Think About It and Another Wheel. Racing in second and third, followed by Navajo Peak 3 wide, followed then by Pericles on the outside of Militarize. A length further back to Lady Laguna from Obam Buramai, hinged us off the course, followed then by Palmetto towards the inside. Nugget in the white cap starting a wider run, Lindemann out deep, well back Berkshire Shadow, Detonator Jack and the yellow jacket coming off the fence. Celestial Legend starting to track into it as they come around the corner, and Think About It moves up to Fierce, and Another Wheel is cruising up on the outside, and now Carr said go, and Another Wheel going after Think About It. Pericles stays on well. Over on the inside it's Militarized launching his attack, and further back to Obam Buramai. Up the inside Militarized, wide out Pericles and Militarized fighting it out for the moment. Nugget bursting through, and here he is, Celestial Legend bombing them wide out. Celestial Legend won the Doncaster, nailing I think Pericles or Militarized. Then came Go, and Another Wheel going after Think About It. Pericles stays on well. Over on the inside it's Militarized launching his attack, and further back to Obam Buramai. Up the inside Militarized, wide out Pericles and Militarized fighting it out for the moment. Nugget bursting through, and here he is, Celestial Legend bombing them wide out. Celestial Legend won the Doncaster, nailing I think Pericles or Militarized. Then came Nugget, further back to Detonator.
Years ago had 101 winner of the Doncaster. He gets another today. How good was this, J-Mac?
Have a look at this chopper vision of his ride here. That was sensational. Fearless as anything, slicing through, and he obviously had the horse with a lightweight, talented 3-year-old. What a win.
Oh, what a horse.
What a horse. Wow.
Is this
that was a 10 out of 10 ride. That was an incredible ride.
We're going to let you go. You've got to ride the favourite in the Derby very shortly.
Jeez, I hope I can replicate a ride like that.
I reckon you can. We've got
James,
faith in you.
thank you so much. Doing all the big stuff. How good was that?
How good. And you know what, Les Bridge said? This is my best horse, the best horse I've ever trained. And we should have listened to him.
We know they get in with lightweights. And Les Bridge, the way he has absolutely handled this horse to perfection to get him to pick it.
Just held up.
I don't know what. I just didn't think he could win. That's all. And he just got out, and he's just unbelievable.
You've said that he's the best horse that you've trained. When you're in the Hall of Fame, that's saying something.
Yeah. Well, what more can he do?
Yeah.
Teams have, over the years, have had their hands on this famous trophy, the Australian Derby, well named. You look at that move and ATC Derby winners, Octagonal and also Kingston Town and Naturalism was second 1-1. Only Dulcify's done the 3, and that's what Riff Rock is trying to do today.
And what
performance, and that bodes really well. And actually pretty bad for his rivals today. We've just had Jay...
With punters and still our favourite around that $2.20 mark. Tom Kitten has attracted some interest, $6.50 now, was $9 at one point today and bottom.
He's by 2 lengths. Adagio, who improved his position at the halfway mark, is a clear second now. 3 lengths away to Waymark. The pace is pretty genuine here. They're well strung out. Gambare in fourth. Now Hieronymus off the fence there on Tom Kitten, trying to improve at this point. And on the outside is Immediacy, just keeping him in a pocket. Then Noisy Boy from Cap Ferrar, Chea Wolf, and Riff Rockets going up the inside. So he's going to need a bit of luck, the favourite, as they come around the turn. Glad you think so. 2 lengths clear from Adagio. A gap back then to Waymark under plenty of pressure. Then came Gambare. Riff Rocket slicing through the pack. He's got the run now, good enough. Glad you think so. A dominant leader at the 250, but Riff Rocket's eating up the ground. And here's Chea Wolf. Chea Wolf wide out, coming with a big run. Riff Rocket through the middle. Chea Wolf wide out. It's Riff Rocket and Chea Wolf in a great derby finish. Riff Rocket, Chea Wolf, nothing in this. Riff Rocket just in front, clings on. Riff Rocket beat Chea Wolf. Glad you think so. Third than Tom Kitten. Then came Immediacy from Waymark.
He joins that special group that have won the Derby in Melbourne and the Derby in Sydney since 1979 when they're that all. Only 4 of them, but he's only the second horse with Dulcify to win 3 really big 3-year-old races. 2 Derbies and a Rosehill Guineas. It was a J-Mac special, wasn't it?
Well, he's had his hand forced, didn't he? He got absolutely crunched coming out of the gates and he had to go back to second last, but this was what we loved about him. He sliced through the...
Standing horse, Riff Rocket, and Richo, that was some run.
I'm going to have to come up and watch Doncasters more often with you guys, because I got inspired by Tyler's ride. I thought...
That Victoria Derby, maybe raw ability and maybe not his ability to stay out a strong 1.5 miles, but that was epic.
Yeah, well, it's definitely not his trip, that's for sure. He was out on his feet, but toughness, he doesn't know how to run a bad race.
Times more on Osmosis than the second best backed, but just on the second favourite, it is now Arkansas Kid, $12 into $6 halving its quote. But in terms of weight of money, it's definitely going the way of the one. Jolie Star at $6, Schwartz at, and you can...
Right, Rakoki out deep goes to third, Schwartz improving on the inside of Osmosis. 1.5 lengths then to Libertad from Arkansas Kid, Red Resistance on a wide path. Jolie Star well back as they come around the turn. The Novelist just hanging a little bit from the Instructor the outside. Then came Schwartz, who's eyeing off an inside run but might run out of room. Osmosis given the cue. Libertad given the cue down the outside. Osmosis takes the lead now. A narrow leader. Jolie Star slicing through the pack from Libertad, and Hedge with the last shot at them. Jolie Star taken to the front. Hedge the outside is coming hard. Jolie Star and Hedge. Jolie Star and Hedge. They hit it. Jolie Star a nose to Hedge. Photo for third as well. Libertad, Corniche and Arkansas Kid. Then came Schwartz.
Incoming, they hit it, and surely, yes, Jolie Star wins for Chris Waller, who's won. And to win first up for this race, Cornish was looking at him set 2 from the back. To win first up, Chris Waller, what a training performance yet again, Lizzie.
Yeah, with a filly as well, which is so important. I spoke...
Kestrel, the lay of the day, and punters who've just launched in. 64% of the hold is going the way of Orchestral. There is 5 times more than the next best backed, which is Autumn Angel. Zardozi after that, and then we've got a big gap back.
Who's Quintessa third, then Tutar Levita on the outside of True Ferry. Orchestral still travelling sweetly in the second half of the field, just waiting to be given her cue. A gap further back to Autumn Angel is right back on the inside of Basilina, then Zardozi and Piplup last of all. The margin between top end to tail extends now. Bush Girl 3 lengths clear, approaching the corner. Bush Girl from Dances with Who's, Quintessa. Tutar Levita gets going, and Orchestral pulls right to the outside, 5 off the lead. Bush Girl's given a good side up front. She's coming back to them quickly, and now Orchestral with Quintessa winding up. Zardozi with a good run wide out, and Autumn Angel's coming off heels. Orchestral got to the front at the 200, under siege from Zardozi and Autumn Angel through the middle. Zardozi and Autumn Angel
Orchestral needs the left. Autumn Angel getting the upper hand, and Autumn Angel won the Australian Oaks, beating Zardozi and Orchestral. Quintessa fourth, followed by Tutar Levita.
It was an Oaks for the ages. They all had their hopes. Good on Bush Ferry. She put on a...
Those horses really lurching in and gave her one last opportunity to hit the line from Mark Zahra. He's sort of, his hand is forced because he's back behind that speed. James has made his move. Then you also see Tom making his move around the outside. But absolutely incredible performance, not only from the horse, but also from the team.
Richo, this is some training performance. The backup, what a win.
An incredible win. That must be a huge thrill to back her up and win an Oaks.
Yeah, she's done that well all week. When Mark got on, I said, I'm terrified I haven't done enough with her. She was bucking and playing down in the
moment for the Arrowfield Stallion.
Yeah, first Group 1 for the Autumn Sun. We all know how wonderful he was, and he's probably taken it a little bit.
Around the $10 mark, Circle of Fire, $4.80. Now we have equal favourites at $6, Athabascan and Circle of Fire. Ash Run out to $7.50.
Part and is going between runners. Stockman, it's outside. Circle of Fire is firing up a little bit in the early stages, followed by Glentania is buried down in the voice, and then came Carla Poor fifth. Now the favourite Circle of Fire's on a three-wide path, has been keen in the early stages, so Andrea Razzeni allows the favourite to slide forward. Circle of Fire, Serpentine getting close to heels, one off the fence. Athabascan in the order, Thunder to where the race started, and it's Major Bill in front by 3/4 to Stockman, followed by Circle of Fire edging into a clear third, but in a three-wide position. Then Manzois, Maharaj and Nim between runners. Athabascan three-wide with a bit of cover. Further back to Carla Poor, buried down on the inside of Serpentine. Further back to Ash Run now. Rachel King starting a runner, mostly cloudy up wide of the 600 metres. Lofters going between runners as they come up to the home turn now. Major Bill in front by a length and a half. Manzois travels up nicely on the inside. Circle of Fire looping. Athabascan's chiming in. Further back to Serpentine. Ash Run, mostly cloudy down the outside. It's Circle of Fire tackled by Athabascan. A length off to Serpentine. Circle of Fire, Athabascan now. Carla Poor's running on the inside, but Circle of Fire with a strong kick. 100 out. Circle of Fire beating off Athabascan, and Circle of Fire for Andrea Razzeni takes out the Sydney Cup. Won it by 2.5 to Athabascan. Photo third, probably Carla Poor in front of Serpentine. A gap back to...
What a run. We have seen a special staying performance. He covered a lot of ground. Andrea Razzeni at times must have thought to himself, am I too wide? I'm sure Kira Ma was thinking a little bit about it. Having his 10th start only in a race. Lizzie, this...
Quiet run. Oh, what have we seen? We might have seen something very, very special.
Yeah, well, performance. He's over-raced. He's done so many things wrong. You might have unveiled a really elite staying talent there, mate. Well done.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Fitting.
The last 3 weeks. First 2 times, unfortunately, not for good reason. First time I went to Canberra to see Stefano. Well, he was...
Some would say she might be more brilliant than both Adea and Dubai Honour.
She's got a better record, Richo, a better record than both of them coming into this race.
Now, just one comment that resonates in my ear is A, Kieran Marr keeps telling me how much he's improving, and B, Peter Moody with his theory of the second time a horse like this runs at 2,000 metres.
Her second run in Australia, and looking at her, she looks to me as though she's actually come on a little bit from that last start performance.
In this market, there have been a few anomalies there that are just correcting themselves. One was Pride of Jenny being around the $4 mark when we opened, and Cascadian, who beat Pride of Jenny last start, being $8.50 over the same trip, albeit going...
So Pride of Jenny, a long leader in the early part. About 4 or 5 lengths in front. Mr. Brightside went forward from the outside, and he's happy to sit in a long slipstream of Pride of Jenny. She's already off and gone at the 1,400 metres. She opens up by 8 lengths. Mr. Brightside wants to sit back and conserve his energy in second. 3 lengths away. Cascadian, impossibly his last day of racing, his last of all. Well, Pride of Jenny, we expected her to lead by a long way, but seriously, 30 lengths? This is unbelievable. Pride of Jenny with sustained speed going to the 800 metres. I've never seen a horse this far in front in a Group 1. Pride of Jenny, the best part of 25 lengths clear. Mr. Brightside Willow just wants to sit back for the time being, then Plaster Carousel the outside. Further back to Zayrek Kovalika, followed by Chea Wolf, Via Sistina, Buckaroo and Cascadians last of all. She still, this is unbelievable. Pride of Jenny about 30 lengths in front in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. She keeps going, coming up the rise. At the moment, Mr. Brightside is being challenged by Kovalika, and then came Buckaroo, Via Sistina. She's winding up, she's getting to second, but Pride of Jenny at the 200. My goodness, 15 in front. Declan Bates goes for the whip, riding a ride out. There's no need. This is a demolition job. Pride of Jenny in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. My oh my, Via Sistina second, Mr. Brightside third, Cascadian fourth. And possibly his last day of racing, his last of all. Well, Pride of Jenny, we expected her to lead by a long way, but seriously, 30 lengths? This is unbelievable. Pride of Jenny with sustained speed going to the 800 metres. I've never seen a horse this far in front in a Group 1. Pride of Jenny, the best part of 25 lengths clear. Mr. Brightside Willow just wants to sit back for the time being, then Plaster Carousel the outside. Further back to Zayrek Kovalika, followed by Chea Wolf, Via Sistina, Buckaroo and Cascadians last of all. She still, this is unbelievable. Pride of Jenny about 30 lengths in front in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. She keeps going, coming up the rise. At the moment, Mr. Brightside is being challenged by Kovalika, and then came Buckaroo, Via Sistina. She's winding up, she's getting to second, but Pride of Jenny at the 200. My goodness, 15 in front. Declan Bates goes for the whip, riding a ride out. There's no need. This is a demolition job. Pride of Jenny in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes. My oh my, Via Sistina second, Mr. Brightside third, Cascadian fourth, then Kovalika, Buckaroo, the ride of the century, Declan Bates.
Never seen anything like it, and Darren's seen a lot, and none of us have ever seen anything like it. It was unbelievable. She was nearly a furlong. It is one of the most remarkable performances ever seen on any track in the history of Australian racing.
You could hear Darren Flindell saying,
and the horses behind her, Via Sistina, Mr. Brightside, Cascadian. We're talking about the best of the best. It's one of the most astonishing performances. The difference in 1 year, the most astonishing performances. The difference in 1 year between this mare, I don't think we've ever seen a 5 to a 6-year-old improve anything like this. She's the horse 5 to a 6-year-old improve anything like this. She's the horse of the year. I don't care what happens now. She is the horse of the year for 2023-24. That's the
in that break, but also a master stroke from Ciaron Maher to be able to get her to this point in her career. I echo the thoughts of what Peter Moody said. That second run at the 2,000 metres is when you really know whether they can run it out strongly. And she just puts horses in a completely different...
It is the best thing you said on a race course. That's the performance of a lifetime by her.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I knew she'd get better. You know, the more she raced at 2,000. My God, that was mind-boggling to know a horse could even do that. Like, she ran 11.1. I reckon it was about the mile.
Were you in your sort?
And you know, to have the Norries to do that, you know, incredible. I can't thank my team enough.
Just over that first 100, she grabbed a bit and she didn't drop it. She didn't drop it at any point. I was worried. I was actually concerned. I thought we were doing a bit too much. And she was even a bit fronty pre-race. So to be honest, until we hit that line, I wasn't too happy at all today until it was done. But you know, horses shouldn't be able to do that, what she's done today, you know.
Your section
Issue is trimming in at every call, currently $3.60. There's every chance the Tissue will jump favourite here. Tropical Squall at $7, Alencia at $12, just drifting out from that $9 quote to that.
Named the Queen of the turf. Here we go, the four
between them. So Tissue's about 6 lengths away from the favourite in the run. Further back to Ruthless Dame, Barbie's Fox, Eternal Flame, Valencia out wide, and well back in the field, Renaissance Woman and Madame Pommery. Tropical Squall looking for another Group 1. Tropical Squall leads around the corner from the stablemate Osmos. The favourite Zougotcha plonked in third and looking to take a run on the inside as Macarena pulls out. Tropical Squall up the rise, a narrow leader. Zougotcha's rallying the inside, then Macarena further back to Osmos Samana. Inside the 150, Zougotcha joined Tropical Squall. Macarena is still there. Zougotcha got to a narrow lead from Macarena. A big run late by a Tissue. It's Zougotcha in front from a Tissue. Wide apart, a Tissue lunge. Zougotcha trying to cling on. Photo finish, Zougotcha and a Tissue. Then Macarena and Samana from...
A second in a row of Tissue in the race. They hit it together now. It does look Zougotcha, and Zougotcha it is. And
it's nice to have had a run in a Golden Slipper, and that really fits the bill with Manal.
It's the Manal, as you say. Absolutely perfect championships where we didn't think we'd be able to race. So no racing here until, I think, late May. I think there's a pretty good break between now and the next.
And is going to jump our favourite, I would imagine. As for those a little bit further down the market order, Lineback is the second best backed runner in the race. So on that, you would say Broadsiding's been that touch quiet. But that is...
Taking closer order. Back in the field, El Castillo gets going. So Broadsiding's in a pocket. One off the fence now. In Horizons down on the rails. 600 metres to go. A note in front narrowly from Linebacker, and Tenbury Wells goes to third. Followed by Fearless fourth on the inside of Manal. Broadsiding's right on her coattails as they come around the corner. And a notice flat to the boards in front narrowly from Linebacker striding up 2 lengths away to Manal. Broadsiding looking for a gap between runners as Linebacker takes the lead of the 300. Beating off a node, then Fearless running on. Manal's grinding as Broadsiding starting to pick up. It's Linebacker in front, 150 out, but Broadsiding's looming large. Broadsiding tackling Linebacker. Broadsiding and Linebacker. Broadsiding strong. Pulls away to win the Champagne Stakes by 3/4. 2 Linebacker and a gap to Fearless third. Manal didn't get through the conditions.
He's a good colt. We know he's a good colt. He's a too darn hot. He's a Fernhill Champagne winner.
A very, very good run. But Broadsiding, I think he's the colt we're going to be talking about a lot next season.
James Cummings, 95 Group 1s.
Necessarily reflect where the money is going, but I can tell you the favourite is popular enough. Not the most popular in the race, but close. So most popular in the race is that horse on the 5th line, Southport Tycoon. Currently $6.50, but in terms of firms, Magic Time 11 into $6.50 and Chain of Lightning 8 into $6.
Back with Airman, and Espiona will have to come from last to beat them. This is a real war in the lead. Private Eye from Amenable. On the outside, Buffalo River with Bandersnatch. 4 of them across the track. Sunshine in Paris is tracking up, waiting for a rails run. Chain of Lightning shown the stick as they come up the rise. Private Eye and Amenable head and head. Sunshine in Paris looking to come off heels but not sprinting. Here's Magic Time letting go with a good run wide out. Amenable at big odds takes the lead. Magic Time is the pursuer. It's Amenable in front from Magic Time. They'll fight it out. Amenable a half in front of neck. Magic Time looms on the outside and went on by. Magic Time got up to beat Amenable. Private Eye a distance away third. A gap to Sunshine in Paris.
But she was the one horse in the straight that actually quickened or looked to quicken, didn't she?
Yeah, she relished those conditions. She's the only one that actually loved that surface. By Hellbent, we've seen how well they go in these types of...
Yes, it was. So there's the trophy that Simon Miller was talking to Emily about a moment ago. The Quokka, they've put another $1 million on the race, Lizzie and Richo. They've got themselves a similar field.
Afternoon, and the WA favourite in Amelia's Jewel, she really has had great support. So too has Overpass, who's starting to firm in with Josh Parr. King of Sparta coming in from 7. Bella Nipotina's had good support with Craig Williams, and Amelia's Jewel, obviously the...
Here's Overpass, the defending champion, born with a hat on as well. $5 million on the line here. All those slot hops.
Of all wide tackers, they come to the 500 in the Quokka. Malkovich being allowed to run by McGruddy, a length and a half. Overpass. Amelia's Jewel's only a length away from him coming to the turn. Over on the inside then the 3-year-old Oscar's Fortune. Wider out Bella Nipotina. They're homeward bound. Malkovich leads the way from Overpass. Amelia's Jewel, Bella Nipotina. Oscar's Fortune getting right up against the inside for Pike. He's coming quickly, Oscar's Fortune. It's Overpass in front though from Oscar's Fortune. Amelia's Jewel. Overpass. Too good for them again. And they ram home another one in the Quokka. It's overpassed from Amelia's Jewel, Saloon Bar, Oscar's Fortune near the rail, and close up came Pachu.
Race again, very much like last year. The first and second, the same as last year. Look at Josh there, yelling and screaming, mouth dry. 7.7 million bucks this horse has now won. He's won 2 Quokkas and a Winterbottom over in the Wild West. It is going to be on for young and old, Lizzie, with the slot holders in Beyond tonight.
Oh, won't it, Jess? Just a replica of last year, but a completely different way it was run. We saw Malkovich up on speed.
Forward. I love the way she kept coming. She was never quite going to get there today, but she did not shirk the task.
She didn't. And also...
Bettina gets 4th. So last year's 1, 2, 3, Richo, finished 1, 2, 4 this year.
Yeah, fantastic.
Sportsbet, although out to $2.90 from her opening quote at $2.60, she dominates the hold. Good spread of money down the line. Best backed roughie Benedetta was spec'd, but back out to 8 from 7. Learning to Fly, $19 into $10 on race day. That's a good...
Go there racing. Estriella jumped nicely and is pushing forward. Stretton Angel began well, and so too. Nearer the inside, humming through is Zapateo, but Estriella on by Climbing Star, and Learning to Fly is the last one. 11 lengths off Estriella, who takes the lead now from I Am Me. Zapateo's back to 3rd. Stretton Angel 4th. Wonderful Tonight. Then Lem Picker, passive-aggressive between horses with Snap Deeper out. Root Skew with Benedetta. Then Waltz on by Climbing Star, and Learning to Fly has to come from last to win. They swing, and I Am Me now rumbles through to join Estriella. Estriella and I Am Me. They're a couple on Zapateo. Climbing Star, Benedetta nearer the outside. Stretton Angel wider out. Here comes Learning to Fly. Learning to Fly is sprouting wings out wide. She's raced up to hit the lead from Climbing Star. Climbing Star fights back to win. Lachlan Neindorf and Climbing Star have held the challenge from Learning to Fly and Benedetta. Climbing Star, what a moment for the young man. I Am Me 4th.
Star gives Lockie Neindorf, local rider, his first Group 1, and what a ride it was. Went back from the gate, saved all the ground and got up the inside, and has narrowly held...
Tommy, Kerr and Adam, the boys have done a fantastic job with her. Shay back in Pakenham, you know, we brought her over here, took her back to Pakenham, brought her back again, and... yeah, got her to peak on the day.
I'm trying to remember, Phil, did she win on debut and then she'd been winless until this campaign?
Pretty much, yeah, yes. No, she had been...
Raw emotion, young man. You're going to make me choke up here.
Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to keep it together. It was a really good win. She stubbled. It was a really good win. She stubbled at the start, and I wanted to be a lot closer. And from that point on, I just sort of went, you know what, bugger this. I've blown the start. Let's go back to the inside and try to ride a race. And
well, I can tell you that our favourite is Tab's Lay of the Day, and that is Uncommon James. He's our Lay of the Day, but he's currently the current favourite at $3.60, $2.40 out to $3.60. But the horse backed to beat the favourite is number 3, Tino, for Tony Gollan and Badjuric. You win
throw in the placement maybe by Matt Dale.
Tino missed the jump, came out loud at the halfway mark. 2 Golden Mile, 2 Comrade Rosa, and 2 Antino at the tail end. A line of 3 as they straighten for home. Prince of Boom, Front Page and Baller, Wee Nessie, securing a rails run, and Uncommon James, followed by Petronius. Antino hunting it on the inside. Golden Mile wider, and Comrade Rosa will be the widest runner. Wee Nessie shot the gap, ran to the lead. Antino is after it gamely. Front Page, Golden Mile were next. 100 left to run. Wee Nessie in front. Antino slowly but surely bridging the gap. Antino, he bursts on the inside, and he's back with a bang. Antino first, second Wee Nessie, third Golden Mile, then Front Page, Prince of Boom, Comrade.
So good job to him. Antino wins over the 1200. He's in for a bottle of preparation, but that's what we wanted to see, him actually win one like that.
So fortnight with Benedetta and Climbing Star. Can she become the 3rd filly to win a Sangster and the Goodwood. Western Australia.
So a bit of a wait and see here for the punters. $3.60 was opening quote, out to $4.50. I Am Me, here's where the money starts to come. $8 into $6, a push there. Benedetta went up $7.50, smacked into $4.80 on Wednesday. Now just drifting.
Arkansas Kid, 650 metres to run. I Am Me from Arkansas Kid. Oscar's Fortune has the sit on them. Rubamos and then Johnny Rocker. Benedetta, Climbing Star. Karakazoo. Next one as they approach the bend, Stretton Angel from Skybird. Extremely Lucky. Amelia's Jewels a long way back on the rail as they turn for home. Where I Am Me joined by Arkansas Kid. Rubamos on the fence, then Johnny Rocker. Oscar's Fortune, Climbing Star, Stretton Angel, Benedetta. It's Arkansas Kid from I Am Me. Arkansas Kid a neck on I Am Me. Climbing Star, Benedetta joining in. Oscar's Fortune and Stretton Angel the widest out. Benedetta strikes the lead. Stretton Angel's after her. Benedetta. Jamie Carr gets another Group 1 in South Australia. It's gold for Benedetta over Stretton Angel. Photo third, I Am Me or Climbing Star. Then Oscar's Fortune. Arkansas Kid gave
in J Carr.
So 14 Group 1s for Jamie Carr. 14. It's just incredible what she's been able to do. Stretton Angel, the roughies, run some sort of race. In fact, Philip Stokes has trained trained second and third there with Stretton Angel and Climbing Star.
In Queensland over the 1,200 metres, and that is what they're racing for. We are not too far away. It is a
just need to.
The favourite, I Wish I Win. He is still our favourite. He is a slight drifter, but he has over 60% of the hold invested on him. He's currently sitting at that $2.15 quote. He did open up at $2 this morning. He is clear come to $6 for her. Bella Nipotina, she might have wanted it a little bit wetter, but she's sixes out to $7.
Racing. Bella Nipotina missed the start, came out last. Chain of Lightning won the start. I Wish I Win began well. There's Body Bob and Marzu. Half away fourth, Wee Nessie. I Wish I Win. A length back fifth the rail, being joined by Private Eye. Espiona starting a move, and then Bella Nipotina and Steffi Magnetica at the tail end. First split 35-33, a genuine tempo. Body Bob about to be taken on by Marzu, who's the first pursuer. Chain of Lightning third. Espiona on the way forward. I Wish I Win. McDonald is plotting a path about 2 or 3 away from the rail, looking for a run in the straight. Marzu leads. I Wish I Win up the inside. Chain of Lightning joins in. Espiona wider. Bella Nipotina and Private Eye coming with big runs down the outside. 100 metres left to run. I Wish I Win went to the lead. Bella Nipotina is charging. I Wish I Win in front. Bella Nipotina on the outside. Coming after I Wish I Win. Photo with the 10,000. Bella Nipotina, I Wish I Win. I Wish I Win, Bella Nipotina. Steffi Magnetica, Espiona, Private Eye. Marzu, Chain of Lightning.
Oh, what a great running of the Doomben 10,000, and it is photo flash time late on the rails, but it was a diving burst from Bella Nipotina, and Craig Williams in the saddle. Has he pinched?
How tough is she? How tough is Bella Nipotina? And she's got it. She has nailed him on the line. Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, Queensland. She just cannot be denied. A brilliant, brilliant mare who wins with his wife, Lisa. Well done, Craig. You deserve that. Brilliant win.
God, she's tough. She has been to
brilliant win.
God, she's tough. She has been to 4 states. This preparation alone, she's come back from 2.
4 horses have completed the Champagne in Sydney, Queensland Sires Double. Luskin Star, Red Anchor, True Version, Dracula. You need to be really, really good.
For Broad starting here, and with almost 50% of the hold, he has been very well backed. 380 now into 280, and one of the best backed actually on the program so far. Elmore Zillow on the second line of betting is at 650.
Jamoma Alpelage, broadsiding. Carr making a move now, 8 off the lead. 450 left to run. Cosmic Fire and Megastar Heart go together. From Territory Ash and Better Creek, Super Alloy and Big Odds running a race. Where's broadsiding? Coming right to the outside, still 5 off them, and Zuna's running on well. Megastar Heart got by Cosmic Fire. Better Creek putting in, so too Super Alloy. Then El Mazzillo, and broadsiding's coming with a big run down the outside. Look at broadsiding, and Zuna going with it. Broadsiding out wide, reached the lead of the sires. Broadsiding moving clear. Oh, that is Vision Splendid. Broadsiding won the sires from either Zuna, Super Alloy, or Bitter Creek. Then came Smashing.
Oh, he's a beauty. It's a big call that he'll win the Atkins, but he's certainly the starting point. Broadsiding was superb. Becomes the 5th horse to complete that Champagne Group 1 in Sydney and the Queensland Sires double. A couple of those that have done it, like Lusk and Star and Red Anchor, were absolute superstars. This guy is really, really good. That was some win. 1 defeats 6. Is also for the Moody Coleman stable with Vlad Jurek in the saddle.
Magnetica, however, we're keen to take her on. She's our tab lay of the day team. 250 out to 350, so 15 out to 17. Good push here at odds for Roll On High. 34 into 18, 19 for Safrado, and then a Murray.
And Steffi Magnetica sneaking along the rail. Then bases loaded. Schwartz centre field between runners, followed by a Bounding and then a Mur. Roll On High. A long way back was Deep Respect with Snow Patrol. Stepardi still third last, then McHale and Sayor pulled right to the outside. In the straight, 300 left to run, and Rhythm of Love drove to the lead. Golden Decade setting out after it. Let's look for some of these other fancies. Roll On High, I can see running on, and bases loaded right down the outside. Steffi Magnetic getting up towards the inside, coming after Rhythm of Love. It's Rhythm of Love in front, but Roll On High is zooming home. Look at Roll On High, went to Rhythm of Love. Roll On High poked ahead in front and won the Friend Nest. Lead home Rhythm of Love, Steffi Magnetica. Fourth either bases loaded or Golden Decade. They followed there.
Unbelievable effort there by Vlad Jurek and Roll On High for the Moody Coleman yard. But we've got to give some kudos as well.
Gee, he can draw a barrier, can't he?
And he doesn't want it, though.
He's the one horse who probably doesn't really want a tight barrier like that. But
it's coming up right after the break. Please, for the Group 1 Kingsford Smith.
Well, and the punters are keen on I Wish I Win. They're diving in head first with 41% of the hold. He's stayed rock solid at the top of the market there at 370. He's just getting out of touch, but they do continue to pile on. In terms of movement outside of him, Think About It has some support late here. We did see him up on the top.
Think About It getting a good run, as is Bella Nipotina. The pace has dropped off mid-race. Magic Time Park 5th, one off the rail. I Wish I Win 6th the fence, then came In Secret, followed by Osipego, Espiona and Sorrentino, 3 wide and last. Up to the turn, 500 left to run. Freedom Rally popped off the fence, went up to issue a challenge to Uncommon James. Think About It, going to the centre of the track. Even wider was Magic Time. Bella Nipotina sticking towards the inside. I Wish I Win is busting into the clear. He starts to put in a generous finish, and wider was In Secret. They're across the track here. Bella Nipotina went to Uncommon James and Freedom Rally. I Wish I Win putting in strongly. It's Bella Nipotina and I Wish I Win with 100 to go. Bella Nipotina, I Wish I Win. I Wish I Win the outside, got to the lead, gets revenge. I Wish I Win. Beat Bella Nipotina. Reverse result today. Third either In Secret or Freedom Rally. Then came Thinks.
he is a really proper horse. I Wish I Win. Peter Moody and Catherine Coleman, you take a bow, because what you've done from a training point of view has been spot on. The blinkers went on today. The nose roll.
Drawing board a little bit with him, but great win. Great to see Moody Coleman. Back-to-back winners, and of course with Luke in the saddle.
Yeah, what a day they're having.
Nolan being back. Been to Dariana for
Up to come across and join us. Your girl Bella did not let you down, mate. She's run another.
There for your girl Autumn Angel Richo with over 48% of the hold and a stack of multis rolling into her from I Wish I Win. We are up for a stack here with Autumn Angel. She's at 240 on top here. Tannhauser is at 460 on the second line. Then a gap to Warmonger, 950 out to 10. 13 for Navy King.
Anderson Bridge in fourth. We've got over onto the rail to get a good run. Now Warmonger may still be 3 deep. Kirikan just pokes up at the mile. About two and a half away to the second favourite, Tan Magic and Encoder. They head along the Anderson Bridge in fourth. They're followed by Warmonger. He's had a 3-wide trip as Navy King went further ahead at the 1,000 and set up a lead of 10. Kirikan down the side, Purveyor. Then came at the head of the others, Saban, and Encoder is last of all. It's a case of catch me if you can, and Navy King is a loose leader as they go to the 600 metres, still out by 8. Warmonger has now gone to second. Racing third, first inning, starting to work into the picture. Felix the Scout looming to fourth. Where are these big guns? Autumn Angels back worse in midfield under some pressure, and Tannhauser is just ahead of it. They fan for home in the derby. Navy King quickly headed off by Warmonger, who drove to a clear lead. Felix the Scat starts to try and chip into the margin. Then first innings, Autumn Angel can't win, nor can Tannhauser. Moonlight Magic from the back, but look at Warmonger. Look at Warmonger. He's out by a country mile and is going to win the derby in a romp. The further he goes, the further he goes ahead, and Warmonger annihilated them, won by 10 lengths. Goodness gracious. Vito, Moonlight Magic, Felix Descata, and Tannhauser is just ahead of it. They fan for home in the Derby. Navy King quickly headed off by Warmonger, who drove to a clear lead. Felix Descat starts to try and chip into the margin. Then first innings, Autumn Angel can't win. Nor can Tannhauser. Moonlight Magic from the back, but look at Warmonger. Look at Warmonger. He's out by a country mile and is going to win the Derby in a romp. The further he goes, the further he goes ahead, and Warmonger annihilated them, won by 10 lengths. Goodness gracious. Vito, Moonlight Magic, Felix Descat and Saban. Then came a Jeter, followed by first inning and Gold Bullion last of all. And that would be the biggest winning margin of the Derby you'll have seen in some time.
Couldn't agree with you more there, David Fowler. That was an epic performance by Warmonger. Had the fitness on the board coming out of the South Australian Derby, Lizzie, but 10 lengths after we saw Navy King.
Absolutely exceptional, won by 10.5 lengths. It's quite unbelievable what we just saw.
I think he was getting faster past the post. Blake said to us before the race, the one thing with this horse, he never ends on his run. I said, I agree. Blake said, I don't want to be found wanting at the finish. The only query was, and the horse never looked like stopping. It was a monster stamina performance.
Describe what that feeling was like as you went.
So he's obviously got a real big engine. He's rapidly improving, so the ceiling's untapped.
Oh, mix in the set.
And Valana, all the rage. He's been popular all week. Now into 340. They just continue to back him. 440. He opened this morning. Marzu 460.
To the big goodbye. Then came Valana, about 7th, 5 off the lead to 2. What you need in the straight below the 400. And Zarasra on the firm going today is going boldly from at Swit's End Insurrection. Now here comes Valana. Look at him thundering up the centre of the track with giant strides. The leader was Zarasra, not for long. Valana gave him a cold, gave everything a cold, shot away. It's going to be 5 for J-Mac. The putters clean up in the last, and look at Valana go. Whooshka! Valana beat Marzu, Jigsaw, All That Pizzazz, and Insurrection. Last time.
That's some sort of performance there by Valana, James Cummings, and James McDonald. J-Mac walks away with 5.
Perfect horse to be able to use that barrier. He can settle midfield.
Short price favourite. And it's funny, during the week, a lot of people were saying, oh, $2 looks a bit too short. But then you would ask them, righto, well, what horse is going to beat Broadsiding? And suddenly there'd be silence. Mr. Artemis.
Left to go in the JJ Atkins, and China Sea is peppering Emilius in the lead. They're out by 2.5. Elmazillo in 3rd, Basosto in 4th. Both have had good runs on Broadsiding. He's there 5th and poised and ready to go. Bitter Creek next, then Smashing Time. Bo Dazzler can't recall one. Mr. Artemis here a mile back. Then Barbaric Lad, Imperialist, and PB Noir. Broadsiding given his head by McDonald. Raced up to the leading division and shot away. Broadsiding 2-3 in front from Elmazillo, Basosto, and Bitter Creek running on. They're down to the 100 metres though, and Broadsiding, he takes his second Group 1 today. The winner is closed. The spring is beckoning. Oh, McDonald, you're a cheeky man. A salute to the crowd, and Broadsiding bolted in. Beat home either. Beat home either. Smashing Time. Last of all, when you're the best, you're entitled to have a bit of licence.
I think that might be the 2-year-old of the year. That might be the Cox Plate winner. Have a look at this.
On what had been an amazing 2-year-old season already for Broadsiding, but he got the opportunity to yet again show how good he is, and as a superior 2-year-old.
Australian 2-year-old of the year?
Well, look, it had that look about it when James McDonald stood high in the irons and gave him the big salute. I mean, that's a big thrill.
Good feeling, isn't it? But he's a very special colt, and it was all over after I went 2 furlongs and got the spot I got, and it needed to.
The Stradiate, all the way back to 1890, 131st running here. Used to be over...
Often in between.
So here's the big girl of the race, isn't she? She's the big horse of the race.
She's the class of the race, Bruce. And
great race in a Toorak. And in the Luster show. And Steffi Magnetico, she's run great races in Group 1s at Surround, and also...
Either way, whoever wins, we're going to get one hell of a story, and I can't wait. And Tino at $7.50 is currently on the second line. Runner in the last 5 minutes, $15 into $10. Amenable at $11, Benedetta $15, and we'll head over the page, 18 to 15 about that horse. Samana's been a slight drift.
Shock holds the lead, keeps out Prince of Boom Stepati, 1.5 away third, the box seat. Amenable in a great spot mid-race in fourth, as is Valada, 2 away in fifth. Outside of Magic Time, they run it at a good speed. Bella Nipotina, 7th of the 600. Dream Hour over on the rail, then Benedetta, followed by Nugget. The Inevitable trying to make ground, Mighty Ulysses. A long way back, Steffi Magnetica. Then came to the outside, Samana a long way back with Roland High, and Tino sticking towards the inside. They fan across the track in the Stratty. Many with a chance as Valada, storming up the centre of the track, race to the lead. Bella Nipotina's after him gamely, and getting through to the inside is Steffi Magnetica with a lightweight. Bella Nipotina out wide, Steffi Magnetica. Valada can't reach them. It's down to 2. Steffi Magnetica, Bella Nipotina. They reach the line. Steffi Magnetica won the Stradbroke. Beat Bella Nipotina and Valada. Followed then by the Inevitable. Then came Amenable Osipenko, followed by Last over the line.
Well, it was one of the stories, wasn't it? One of the big stories of the Stratty. Zach Lloyd gets that very first Group 1. The daughter of Midsummer Music, who won the race 12 years ago, wins the race. And Bjorn Baker, old 8-year-old, the Inevitable. It's a wonderful, wonderful finishing order, isn't it?
It is, the top finishing order. They went so...
And that Faulkner Park's probably the most consistent of them, and as a result, it's our favourite and well supported at $4.20, but nothing major. Adelaide River, $6.50, Light Infantry Man at $7.50, and then 13 or more for the rest of them. Vow and Declare's had a little bit of specking, and even Amacura, I know it hasn't firmed, but it's another one.
Third, Spirit Ridge, Numerian in fourth. Fifth over on the rail was Light Infantry Man. Bardajon takes off. Cleveland's always been wide. Faulkner Park now improving, working into the picture, followed by Vow and Declare. Then came Young Werther. He's a shocker. Converge, Knight's Choice. Kovalika a mile back coming to the turn with La Donda V. Then came Wetor, El Bonagon and Amacura. Whipped them in. The Q22 field thunder for home. Adelaide River taken on us by Bardajon. Coming up outside the pair, Numerian. Faulkner Park out beyond the centre of the track is coming with a powerful rider. Light Infantry Man's only battling away, but look at Faulkner Park. Look at Faulkner Park. He dashed away. He's looking for the Q22 prize. He's got the better of Bardajon. He's got the better of the entire field. The further they go, the further he rolls away, and Faulkner Park won. Look at Knight's Choice for second. Photo third. Vow Declare or Bardajon. Then Kovalika, Young Werther, followed by Spirit Ridge.
Gee, impressive. Richo gave a big push. How good was that? Daisy, we're going to get back to that race of it for the third time with 3 different horses in the last 4 years. Richo had a big push for the horse. He's with Annabelle now.
Bennett Racing in the team, but I'm sure the Caulfield Cup will be circled in the calendar to work back from.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
An Australian runner in the shape of Afsura. She has run already here and then got a pass mark. But why do we have so few Australian runners this year compared to what we used to? Because this race has been won, what, 5 times by Aussie runners.
I feel Big Evs, 11-4, 11-2 Asphora, very strong, the Australian mare. The amount of O'Shea Murphy, very, very strong. Regional.
And you see it's all padded. So far, we've had a winning favourite in Sharon.
Third stakes, Group 1, they're in the gate. And they're off and sprinting over 5 furlongs. Not a great beginning at the break for Rogle in questions. Then the turquoise of Makarova, also prominent on the far side together with Kurdos. The smaller group on the near side have been headed by Regional. Then the Australian mare, Asfura, racing into second. The Dream is in third on the near side. Valiant Force chasing in fourth position ahead of Equality. Already inside the final quarter of a mile. And it is Big Evs over on the far side who still blazes the trail. Believing is one of those who is picking up towards the near side. Asfora still has every chance. Regional is digging in. Asfora now has come alongside Big Evs. These two toe-to-toe with another 100 yards to go. Asfora wins for Australia. Regional in second. Tight third. Big Evs all believing. Followed by Kurdos and then Makarova. At 5-1, Asfora has given Australia their 6th win in the King Charles III Stakes. And Oisin Murphy wins for Henry Dwyer and has won by about a length. Regional.
Henry, in any words you can, put this into some form of perspective.
I'm really struggling for words, Matt, funnily enough.
It's not something we can often say for an Australian.
We've come a long way from Ballarat, but it's been just an amazing experience from start to finish. We've been just thrilled for her, thrilled for Shiny, that's come all the way from home, and to Mr. Al-Fakri, the owner, who wheelhouse 5 furlongs, and she's proven that today. And we just didn't have the races for her in Australia, but she's proved she's up to it, and I'm just so thrilled for everyone involved.
Has travelled the length and breadth of the country and still racing in such terrific order, and it's such a credit to the team at
Tiara, our final beauty, the Tats Tiara, our final Group 1. 74 of 74 for the Australian.
Into $2, Richo. $2 about Bella Nipotina. About 20 minutes ago was about $2.22.15, so that's all happened in the last 10-15 minutes or so. Now $2 even about Bella Nipotina. Say Magique on that second line of betting at $6.
Third, racing fourth, Bella Nipotina. She's exposed 3 wide, the favourite. Open, roll on high, abounding Osbred Flirt. Legvado, More Secrets, and Comrade Rosa. Last of all, the Tiara Field thunders for home. Bubble Rock's jockey went to the centre of the track and leads the way. Out by a couple of lengths, Bella Nipotina being asked to go. Has some work to do, then Say Magique and Samana down the outside. Roots from a long way back. Bella Nipotina all of a sudden went to Bubble Rock. They've got 100 left to run. Samana's running on strongly. Bella Nipotina's in front. Go girl! Bella Nipotina, hand of the keys to the city. She wins again. Bella Nipotina, her third Group 1, beats Samana, Bubble Rock, or on the inside, Abounding. Then came
She's a rock star, an absolute rock star. Back to Phil.
Opportunity to ride this absolute superstar, and he's been able to get the job done.
That's the feeling she gave me sort of leading in. You know, I come up here on Friday, we galloped her on, and I looked for a reason to not run her, and she was, I thought she was better, and that's how she raced. She was very dominant. She's very consistent, she's very tough. I've got a great team, racing every 2 weeks, and racing, you know, arguably as good at her first start up here, you know, probably as good in her last. So, yeah, it's a massive team effort.
So she deserves a break now. Did I hear an E word that you mentioned a little bit earlier? So are we targeting an Everest?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think she's in career best form. You know, the sprinters have thinned out. You know, she's a mare in form. We won't give her too long. We'll just stick her over up.
She deserves a break now. Did I hear an E word that you mentioned a little bit earlier? So are we targeting an Everest?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think she's in career best form. You know, the sprinters have thinned out. You know, she's a mare in form. We won't give her too long. We'll just stick her.